through it all. It only takes a phone call.
Hello. Hello.
Let me show you another world of excitement. Let me take you away from it all. It only takes a phone call. Let me take you away from it all. Let me take you away from it all. Let me take you away from it all.
Hello. Hello.
Let me show you another world of excitement. Let me take you away from it all. It only takes a phone call. Let me take you away from it all. The possibilities are endless. Let me take you away from it all. Let me take you away from it all. It only takes a phone call.
Hello. Hello.
Let me show you another world of excitement. Let me take you away from it all. It only takes a phone call. Let me take you away from it all. Let me take you away from it all. Let me take you away from it all. It only takes a phone call.
Hello. Hello.
Let me show you another world of excitement. Let me take you away from it all. It only takes a phone call. Let me take you away from it all. Let me take you away from it all. Let me take you away from it all. It only takes a phone call.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Let me show you another world of excitement. Let me take you away from it all. It only takes a phone call. Let me take you away. Let me show you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Calls with the Wizard. Once again, before I introduce my very special guest, just some minor announcements. Once again, if you want to appear on Roadium Radio, submit all your music, videos, and bio to roadiumradio@gmail.com, roadiumradio@gmail.com. Other than that, you know what? Everybody that ordered your hibiscus tea, it's already been mailed out. You guys should get it. if you guys need to get a hold of me, contact me on my Freaky Tales page. I'm gonna have them put it up on the live chat. So once again, if you guys need to get a hold of me, right now I'm active on my Freaky Tales page, which is my other podcast. So Alex, make sure you put my Freaky Tales podcast page, my Instagram page, on the live chat so that people can follow me there and contact me there. Other than that, tomorrow will be live News with Norbies, 8 o'clock. Friday we'll be back with our paranormal podcast, and then Sunday very special guest. So other than that, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it with someone who absolutely needs no introduction. He's been here before. Once again, like, I don't even know how to introduce this person other than a living legend, and I'm very thankful that he's here with us. So once again, if there's something that I didn't cover the first time I interviewed him, or I don't cover tonight, make sure to call in when we open up the phone lines, and you guys ask him yourself. So without further ado, once again, DJ Yella in the building. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, my brother. You know, first and foremost, let me say the last time you were here was September 22nd, 2021.
Wow. Really?
It flew by real fast.
Yeah.
It was funny because somebody asked me, when are you going to bring Yella back? And I said, wasn't he just on here like 6 months ago? That's what I thought it was.
Me too.
That's what I thought it was. So
until you text me, I'm like, it's been a year. I'm like, wow.
Yes. Now let me ask you this. Since 2021, obviously September 22, what has DJ Yella been doing? Because I know you do a lot of DJing as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I slowed down the DJing because of the pandemic. I stopped.
Okay.
Because, I did mostly out the country all the time.
Okay.
But now I'm starting to get into more, I would say, film documentary. I'm working on my documentary.
Awesome.
It's almost finished. And then I have a couple of more TV shows and film. My hands is going a lot of places.
That's awesome. That's
awesome.
Yeah. And like, for somebody like me who's not only a fan of NWA, but a fan of yours, I always tend to think, why didn't a lot of this happen sooner or earlier in your career?
Because once E passed in '95, I was done with music. That was it.
Yeah.
And until this day, I won't do music. Me and Dre talked about it just a few weeks ago.
I saw a picture. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have it in me no more.
Okay.
It's there. Whatever God gave me, the talent, whatever, it's still there. But I just not into the music. I don't feel it no more.
Okay.
So I just been kind of just laying back. My whole life changed now, family, take care of the kids and all that stuff. So I just been more relaxing.
Okay.
And once I sat down and wrote the book, 19 and 20 when the pandemic, so I wrote the book during the pandemic, and it's just amazing that I remember all that stuff I put in there, so much details.
Yes.
And I just been relaxing, tell you the truth.
What is the feedback that you've gotten since you released that book about the book? Do people come up to you and tell you, I read your book, I thought it was dope? Like, what is the
Matter
feedback?
of fact, it's amazing. People that read it hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, and they just like, I couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
2 or 3 days, I read the whole book. 90% of the people say that. They read it and get hooked and hooked and hooked. Even my own brother, that's an eye surgeon and stuff, he said he couldn't put it down.
Wow.
It just, I guess the way I wrote it, it was just going. You never know what the next door is going to be. It'd be up, down, or just okay.
Yeah.
But I just told it as it happened. When Dre, the Wreckin crew, the Roadium, people don't know that I was the first one to make the mix at the Roadium.
Yes, absolutely.
Before Dre.
Okay.
And I did the first one. Then I said, okay, this is cool. But then I said, I don't feel like this. It's too much work. Steve sitting there handing you records and stuff. I'm like, it's too much work. Dre, you can have this. And Dre took it.
Right.
And like the first K-Day mix, Traffic Jam. I was the first one to make one.
Wow.
But then me and Dre started making them every other day. I got this day, he got that day. We used to drive to K-Day every day in traffic to make it by 5 o'clock.
No, I have to ask you. I know. I probably already know the answer, but for the people that don't live in LA, how was the traffic then compared to today? Is it the same?
At traffic hour, if you're trying to get on the 101, it's like today. But today is all day, every day.
All day, every day.
I mean, I don't care what freeway you go. It's just traffic. Like coming here, it's traffic.
Yes, yes. It's it's crazy that throughout the years, there's two things that never got better, at least for me. The 101, the 91.
The 90, of course.
Okay. Now, the
605 is...
Yes, yeah. It's getting up there.
The 5 is nightmare.
But the post office is still the same.
Yeah.
And the DMV is still the same.
Yeah. Well, the trick to the DMV is...
tell us.
AAA.
Okay.
They do everything but driver's license. Registration, sell a car, transfer. They do it all. You just got to have a membership.
Okay.
That is the best. I walk right in the DMV, walk right out. It only take 5-10 minutes.
Really?
No line, never. Oh, that's the best way.
Oh, okay.
If you still going, either you mail it when it comes, or if you got to go there, that's a nightmare.
Right. Okay. Wow. You know what? Because there's been a lot of people that, here's what they know you from. They know, obviously, Wreckin Crew, NWA, and then when you got into the adult industry, and then it was almost, for a lot of people, were say, it's almost like you disappeared for a while.
Yeah.
You know, when you disappeared, was that by choice?
Because I never, well, we all, in the beginning, all of us, this was just what we loved.
Yes.
It wasn't a superstar, we're going to make gold right. None of that stuff. It was just what we did. And me, that's how I still am today. I mean, here it is. I just talked to Drake earlier today, last week, the week before. Say, man, what you got? What kind of beat you got? He's working on a Snoop album. And I heard it, and it's going to be banging. But I just like, nah, I'm just not doing music. And I told this to somebody, and I said, how many people will turn Dre down from what you got? Bring me what, I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
And that's how my life been. When it turned to the bottom, when I had to hit the bottom, I was homeless for 3.5 years.
Wait.
3.5. Not on the street homeless, but homeless.
Wow.
Definitely. And that was it started late 2010.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, how did that happen, I guess?
When you have as much money as you want, buying what you want, it's all going out. But then once it stopped coming in, you're just like, oh, okay. I just ran out of money.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I would go, being in the music world, you didn't have a 9 to 5, so you'd be bored half of the time. So what I do,
true.
Stroll to the car lot.
Yes.
Call the Mercedes. What you got? Oh, we got this that somebody ordered. That's the first one in the country. Give it here. You can come get it. I would go to the car dealer. I just walk in and sign paper. I didn't have to do nothing. They already had it ready for me.
Wow. That's nice. That's nice to know.
That was fun, but it was stupid. I was crazy.
Let me ask you this, and because my son, and I love my son dearly, and I hope he's watching, but I know my son, he just loves we need to make money, we need to do this, we need to do that. Now, I made money. I didn't make NWA money or Kanye West money, but I made good enough where I was able to buy brand new cars. And, did money make you happy?
I realized money, I never cared about money.
Okay.
Never. Because it was like this. Me and Dre together. He wanted that.
Okay.
I'm cool with whatever I got. I'm good. I'm good. He wanted this. Now you got this.
Yeah.
The first billionaire rapper, the first, whatever, that's cool, but I'm happy where I am now, especially now. Yes. After being homeless, when you homeless in the bottom, I didn't have any dreams, any thoughts, nothing. No, all I could do is just produce a song or this or that. Nothing. I was in like a tube with no light, no thoughts, no drink, nothing. I had to be pulled out because you think about it. When you hit the bottom, there's only one way up. And up is the way. It ain't no other way.
Yes.
It's the only way. In that Richard Pryor movie, which way is up?
Which way
now
is up?
I understand it. Where you going to go at the bottom? You got to go up.
Yes. Wow. See, I had heard stuff like that, but I wasn't sure, you know. And I'm glad that you're
It's
here.
in the book too.
Yes.
I very detailed it in the book.
Awesome. So if you guys didn't pick it up, make sure you guys pick it up. And once again, they could pick up at bookstores or directly
Amazon,
from you. Amazon.
or what's the other one? Amazon, and I can't think of the other one. The other big bookstore.
What is the other bookstore?
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble. Okay, yeah, you can walk right into Barnes and Noble and buy it.
Yeah,
Get yourself
or
a
my
couple-
website where I give them signed autograph books.
Okay, and what is the website?
DJ Yella of NWA.com.
DJ Yella of NWA.com. Make sure you guys put that on the
Which
live
is
chat
also Facebook and Instagram. You just take off the .com. So I kept it all the same.
Awesome. So now seeing Dre, you said a couple of weeks ago, when you see him today compared to 1980s, is there a lot of difference? And you guys' friendship, that's what I'm talking about.
It's different. I mean, I personally like the old better because we had fun. We did everything together. Now it's more, because when I see him, it's at the game or his house. Or, I'm just, it's just, we grown now.
Right.
We grew apart, not fell apart. We just grew apart.
Right.
It just, we still good. I can text him right now. We still good, but it's not exactly the same.
Okay. Like I'll give you an example. Like in the 80s, Mr. Cartoon, the world famous artist.
Yeah, Cartoon.
Used to airbrush shirts riding back of Steve Yano's stand at the Roadium.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how we got started.
Okay.
And I would see him there all the time. What's up, big dog? How you doing, buddy? When I filmed them for my documentary to honor Steve Yano, I had to book him 6 months in advance.
Really?
And when I saw him, I hit him up for, I go, you got a cell number or something?
Yeah.
And he pointed at his manager and he said, that's my cell. So I know that it was not the same as more business now. I get it, but sometimes you just want that old homie.
Yeah, it ain't, it's like, okay, to me, it's more technical.
Okay.
Okay, but I like to just talk how we want to do, but, we've all grown, we got families and this and that,
Yeah.
It's different. I mean, we still good, but it's just, I like the old days better.
Yeah. Now, as far as your book, is there going to be another one coming at all?
Nah, that's it. I never read a book before, and I still haven't. Well, the Bible's the only thing I read.
Okay.
I have never opened a novel. Never. I did my school, and that was it. I did my 12, I graduated, and that was it.
Wow. So you never read any book other than the Bible. Now, do you mind if I ask you questions about that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, what was it that intrigued you or that got you started reading the Bible?
Well, it was my pastor.
Okay.
When I got back, this is the crazy thing. When I was homeless, like right in the middle of homeless, I was homeless 3.5 years. Like right in the middle is when I got baptized. And I knew nothing about this. Wasn't looking for God. Didn't know, I knew of Jesus. I knew, the little manger and the pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
But I knew nothing. I didn't know you can talk to him, pray to him. I knew nothing about it. And then when I got baptized, and I was just like, wow. And so crazy. That was the best sleep I ever had in my life. After being baptized that night, I was homeless, living in my sister's on PCH and Western in the projects. I had never lived in the projects before. I stayed with my sister like 1.5 years. And that night, it's like the whole world came off my shoulders.
Wow.
But the next morning, I was still homeless. I was still homeless. But the pastor told me, just read the Bible. Start at Matthew and on up, in the New Testament, so you can understand Jesus. But I was just like, I didn't know nothing.
Right.
But once I got started going to church, because I used to go to sports bar, football season, every Sunday, on time. Whatever time the Rams start.
You were never late.
Never.
Right, okay.
And then this is crazy. I used to go to Yankee Doodles in Long Beach.
Okay.
And then I was going, and one day I was baptized, and I'm sitting there. I said, you know, I'm hearing all the cussing. I never used to hear cuss words. Now they like piercing my ear. I'm like, you know something? I don't think I'm coming back here. Just a few months later, it closed down forever. And that place been there for 20 years.
I was just about to ask you, is it still open?
No, it closed. It closed.
Well, I've been there once, yes.
Yeah, I never got to go back.
Wow.
And it's so funny, amazing about the Bible. It's just telling the history, telling God dealing with man. And us humans, you know, when you say man, people think it's just a man. No, man is mankind,
right?
Which is women, everything. And we are something else.
Yes.
We are something. That's why the Bible tells you, don't trust in man. You do not trust in man because he will fail you.
Ain't that the truth, Yella? Ain't that the truth?
Well, this is a different conversation.
You know what?
I'm here. Let's go.
I love it. I love it. And I know you're sparking people's interest right now because they don't know this side of Yella.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. So now, okay, so you start to read and obviously you start to feed yourself wisdom and knowledge. You begin to grow. When did things, if anything, started to turn for you for the better? I know.
I'm going to tell you, it started before I read the Bible. I got baptized about a week before Thanksgiving, 2012.
Okay.
It was in November, late November. 1 month later, unknown DJ. I haven't talked to him in a while. He called me, and before I can hang the phone up to get off the phone, the word DJ popped in my mind. I had never thought of DJing since we DJ'd in the early days. Yeah. Since the tour, I had never DJ'd, and that was in 89. And it popped in my head. And before I can hang the phone up, I was going to hang the phone up. I said, hey, I want to get back to DJing. So we ended up going to the NAMM that January.
Okay.
And I was like, DJing? Me? So we ended up going to NAMM, and I went to the Pioneer booth just to price stuff. I didn't have no money to buy it, just to price it. You know, they sent me the first SX bit controller, and I didn't even ask for it. They
really?
Sent it to me because God set it up for me. He gave me DJing. And check this out. In January, this is all within the first 2 months. In January, Cube talk. I ain't talked to Cube in years. And he told me, oh, the movie just got picked up. I didn't even know they was working on the movie. They've been trying to get that movie shot for 10 years.
Really?
As soon as I got saved, about a month and a half later, he called me, oh, Universal just picked up the movie. But it's not going to be shot for a year. I'm like, I can't come up off of that one.
Okay.
But then that's crazy. So he set me up with DJing, told me about the movie. And then the next thing was my wife. I knew her already. We had a kid together. But wouldn't have been my wife. I wouldn't have picked her.
Right.
Gave me her name. And I haven't seen her for months. The next morning, she called, and it was her. I was like, you my wife. Just like that. She said, huh? I said, yeah, I'm baptized. Hello.
Wow.
It's like she fell out.
Wow.
Because she didn't know the crazy part. On her side, she been praying for a saved husband. A saved husband. And here I am. Just got saved. Because God set this all up. I didn't set it up. I wasn't looking for him. I didn't know. All I did was, when I came to God, and I tell people this all the time, it's like a plate. You bring a plate. Most people got food already on it. God, can you bless this? Can you bless that? This job, whatever they want. Me, I didn't even know I could have a plate. But my plate was empty. And he put he put DJing. He put the movie. He put my wife. And since 2012, 2013, I have not looked back.
Wow.
Not one time. I have not stressed at all. And I've been going to church now, going on 11 years. I've been married 9 years. I have not looked back. and I read the Bible all the time. I done read cover to cover twice.
Okay.
I done read the New Testament 10, 11 times. So I read, but as I read, he gives me the revelation.
Yeah.
He gives it. We don't get it.
Right.
He gives you what you need or whatever, however you do it. And it's just, bam. I'm like, really? But what I pray for is like Solomon, wisdom.
Yes.
That is the best. It's better than money.
Yeah.
Better than anything. That's what a person needs. Wisdom.
Well, I'm glad you're saying this because I know the viewers right now did not expect this. So I'm glad, and you're not gonna get this on No Jumper or Vlad. So I'm glad that you're sharing this. So I'm blessed to have you here.
I mean, this is not an accident.
Right.
This is not an accident. The
Right.
first time, okay, we talked about the hoop hop, but
Right.
this time, now we getting into detail. It might be something you need to hear or somebody on the line. I don't know. I can feel it. God, man, he allowed me to live in that sin all them years. 50 years I was in sin. After 50 years, he came and got me. I'm like, really? I was the sinner, I think, next to Judas, but I was the sinner.
Right. Well, that movie, they actually made you look like that.
Yeah. But even with all that, he still came and got me because he loved us first.
Yeah.
Because we are created in his likeness. People don't understand that. It's very deep. This is what I try to tell people too. Whether you be atheist, this, that, it doesn't matter. We're all going to die. That's a guarantee. But we're all going to live again. It's just a matter where you want to live.
Where you want to live.
Hollering
Right.
or in peace.
Oh, hey, there it is there. Wow, that's good, man. That's really, really good.
I'm throwing you off a little bit. Huh?
No, but you know what? I'm glad. You know what? Because I didn't expect this, and I was sharing with you before we went live on the studying that I had did.
Yeah.
And I was really, really intrigued. It's just that whenever I brought up the scriptures here, there's a lot of people that have complained, but there's also a lot of people that have been encouraged by it. You know,
Got to remember this, what the Bible says. Many are called.
Yeah.
He didn't say all. He said many are called, but few are chosen.
Yeah.
So that means many are called. So them is the saved folks. But he said few are chosen. That means some people that got saved, you know, I ain't judging nobody.
Right.
I'm just trying to make it myself. Because we only can do for us. Our kids, nothing. We can pray for them, but we can't save nobody but ourselves.
Now, let's take a hypothetical scenario. When I mention Eric's name, I always like to say rest in peace, okay? Because the few moments that I did have talking to him, I cherish those moments, you know. And I'm sure you do as well because he was your friend, okay? So let's look at Eric, which for the public, if you don't know, it's Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Ren, Ice
Cube.
Okay.
And Arabian Prince on the first picture.
Brother A-Rab. Yes. Okay. If Eric was alive right now, what would he think of your faith right now or your move?
I don't know. You know, it's just, it's so funny. Back in them days, we all just did one thing, and it wasn't money. We didn't think about the money. That's what I wouldn't say the group broke up. It didn't break up. It just dissolved.
Okay.
Because always the outsiders, the ones that want to come up off of us.
Yes.
Or come up off of somebody. It's always, I don't care what, it's always the outsider. Oh, you should be getting more. You should be this.
Yes.
We never had no arguments, nothing between the group. Oh, we was like brothers. I mean, real tight brothers. Wasn't about money. Wasn't about nothing. It was about making the songs.
Yeah.
That's all it was about. But I don't know. I really can't answer that about the faith. It's just amazing that he chose me to be, chose me to be saved. Because I wasn't looking for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
At all.
Now, as far as like Dre, Cube, and let's just say Ren, and I'll even say Brother A-Rap or Raven Prince. Do they know about your faith? And if they do, have they ever commented on it?
No, we don't. No, we never talked about none of that.
Okay.
That kind of stuff. Me and Dre went back and forth a few, but that's private. But
Yeah.
I just I do what God tell me to do.
Yeah.
Just like I'm in the car, I come to the light. A homeless person is there, and God would tell me, "I give him this." And it's so crazy. A lot of times when I give them something, they gone. They gone. I just because I put myself in their shoes. We're all that close to being on the street. It could be anything, work. It could be anything.
You're right. You're right. I'm glad you at least had at least good experiences with some of those people. You gave them something, because let me tell you something that happened with me.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a gas station one time, and this guy walks right up to me. I'm getting out of my car, and he gets really, really close. He goes, "Hey, man,
Yeah.
you got any money I can have, please? I'm starving. I haven't eaten in a long time." Like, he gave me the song and dance,
Yeah.
really.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Bro, I'm not your employer. I don't give away free money."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Let me go inside. Let me get some change, and whatever I get, I'll give it to you."
Yeah.
I said, "All right, cool, whatever." So I went inside, and I said, "Let me just go ahead and give this guy $5.
Yeah.
Probably more than what anybody's going to give him today."
Yeah.
So my son was in the car, and I said, "Mijo, do me a favor, go in the glove compartment, grab me that little book." Somebody had given me like a pocket-sized Bible,
Okay,
like
yeah.
a New Testament type of deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just grabbed that, and I just put the $5 in there, and I handed it to him like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, he grabs it like this, and he goes, "What's that?" And I said, "Well, just take it." So he just took
Wow.
he just took the $5 out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, "No, but I'm giving this to you." He goes, "For what?" I go, "For you to read." He goes, "Show it to me." And I go, "Well, look." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, that's the Bible. See, that book tells me I have to work for this." I wanted to knock that fool out, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. But, this is what the Bible also says, once we give it to him,
I know.
we can't worry about, I know you're going to go over there and smoke or drink, or, but the Bible says it's better to be obedient than sacrifice. And it took a while to understand that.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, okay. God say, give him $20, give him $50, whatever.
Right.
You go, here, but
Right.
I just try to do what he say. Or he say, do this, like this. You text me, I'm like, didn't I just do this? But something just said, just do it. And I got right back to you. It
Yes,
didn't
you
take
did.
very long.
Yes, you did. Like
That's
minutes.
what I'm saying. This ain't no accident. This conversation was not planned.
No, actually.
I know we would have been on this road, but
Yes, I had a whole lineup ready for you, but you know what? I'm glad that, like I said, because this is probably not what people thought we were going to be talking about. But
Yeah.
I'm glad it did, because I want it to be spontaneous.
Yeah.
So now, here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know you haven't been DJing too much lately.
yeah.
When you started going to church and then you started DJing again, did you ever feel at one point like, I shouldn't be here, or I'm called to be here, or?
Got an answer for that. When I got saved in late 2012, I started DJing. He put me back on the road right before the movie. The movie was filmed in 14. So I got on the road in 13. From 13, but really when the movie came out and when it was being shot, I've been to 100 countries. From Vietnam to Korea, Bali, Sri Lanka,
Wow.
Dubai, Bahrain, China, Asia, Japan, Malaysia, almost wherever you pick, I've been. But God allowed me to go on the road when I was ready for it. Because you know what? You know what's at the...
Of course, yes.
You know what's the... I'm just like, come on, these are grown women.
Yes.
But he trusted me to be on the road. Because when I got on the road, when I performed 1 hour, you would not think I was saved. The language and everything. But once it's over, click the switch. And I'm like, you would never know it's the same person. When I go to my room, I get something to eat, that's it. I don't hang out the backstage. Just like I got blinders on. But God trusts me around all this. He wanted me to. He took me around the world. He even took me to Jerusalem.
Really?
I had a show in Tel Aviv, and Jerusalem was like 3.5 hour bus ride. You know, the real movie with all the people kind of bus ride.
Right, right.
I went to Jerusalem, went inside, went to his tomb. Actually, and I had my cousin take a picture. They said no camera.
Oh, really?
Take a picture because they let you in by yourself. I got in there, bam, took a quick picture, but he took me to, you know how many saved people want to go to Jerusalem? I never even really knew nothing about all this. But he allowed me to see all this, all these countries, all over Russia, all over Europe, UK, Ireland, all over. Why? Because he want me, I don't know what he's going to use me for. His brother, which is a pastor, always say, you're going to be preaching. Not me, but I love talking about him. I can talk for hours about this. This is my life now, because the Bible says God first, man, and woman. You know, the women don't, the Me Too's don't like that, but that's the way it is. In the house, if the man is following God, the wife follows him. But if he's not, she better go around him and go directly to God. But that's the way his law. It ain't ours. It's just, this is my thing. This is my life. You know what's so crazy? Out of all the cars, out of all the money, out of all the women, I'm having more time being saved in the past 9 years than my whole life. Way more fun.
Wow. So all the traveling you've done since you've been, I guess, on your own, DJ Yella.
Yeah.
You've gone farther. Is it safe to say than NWA has traveled?
I done went to more countries than we did shows in the cities, in the States. NWA only went to London. That was it. One time. We did the one tour. Then, of course, we did the beginning shows, the little raggedy shows, but I done been to more countries than the group been by myself. But it's all God. It ain't me. Who am I? But these people love hip hop around the world. They love it better than we do.
I believe that.
Especially DJs. They really, I go to the festivals, 20,000 people. Festivals, 30,000 people. It just, man, DJing is really big. Their clubs are big. They got the best lights, the best sounds.
Yes.
It's amazing.
And you would think LA being the entertainment capital.
But it's too many entertainers.
Yes.
You got actors, you got this. Now you got these YouTubers and the TikToks.
The influencers. What the hell is the influencer anyway? So but I don't know. But you know what, man? I'm truly, truly glad that you're opening up and sharing this because, I wonder if and I'm not trying to pick on any podcast, but let's just take like a No Jumper, Adam 22 or a Vlad. Where they had allowed you to express your faith the way you are.
He kind of touched it, not just a little bit, but he want the dirt more than anything. And when he get dirt, he makes it into mud. So he adds the water.
Yes. Just add water.
And he take your hour-long podcast, recording and make 80 shows out of it.
Very, very, very true. See, and that's the thing that I don't like about podcasting today. What it is becoming, a lot of it is just give me the grimy stuff. How many girls did you sleep with?
Yeah.
How many do you still talk to them?
Yeah.
I don't care about that. When I started this, I just wanted to talk music.
Yeah.
That's why when I hit somebody up for an interview, many of them think, I don't want to talk about my gang life in the past. I don't want to, when I went to prison. And I'm like, bro, I just want to talk rap. I just want to talk music.
Yeah.
What people know you for.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to talk about. But like I said, I'm glad you hit us with this now. Do you do a lot of studying? Do you still attend certain studies like where you like a study group or something?
No. I just go to church every Sunday, Bible study every Tuesday. I'm a deacon in the church.
Really? Okay.
A deacon.
Now,
this is the crazy part. My brother, my oldest brother, I'm the youngest boy, and my brother, one of my brothers is one of the oldest ones. He was on drugs 30 years. Crack. 30 years.
30 years.
He got saved in one night. No 12-step. No nothing. And this was before I didn't minister to him. I wasn't Bible thumping him. None of that stuff. It's just he was the first one in our family to live in a shelter. And this was just maybe 7 years ago or something. He was at the bottom of his life too. And we lost a mother's house and all this stuff. You know, like so many people do, take loans and loans. And then how you going to pay for these loans? So lost the house after 40 years of having it. So he had to stay in this shelter in Long Beach one night. And he said, you know, there's maybe 40 men in there. He said, this is going to make me or break me. And what he didn't know, he was crying out to God. He didn't know that. He cried out to God. He'd been driving trucks. He'd been clean, married for the past 7+ years. No, we got married the same year. So 9 years. And he's a deacon in the church too.
Wow.
My mother would roll over.
Wow.
Both of us in church.
Does your family have a background in church at all?
My mother, my grandma, all of them. But, you know, the kids, you can't make them go. I never went to church. I went once to Bible study, and it was a free breakfast. That's all I remember.
Free
Nothing
breakfast.
else.
He said free breakfast. You know, one thing I will say this, and we have to love a praying mother, and I'll tell you why. Because my mother passed away now. It's been quite some years now. And one of the last words that she ever told me, which kind of like shocked me, she said, and it's very, very hard to speak about my mother, but I'll try. She had said something like, this is going to be some of my last words because what they're going to give me, I most likely won't be able to snap out of it, you know. She said, but I've said enough prayers for you that while I'm long gone, God is still going to work on you.
Yep.
And I just said, oh, okay, Mom. That's all I said. I said, I'll see you later. I didn't think, you know, growing up, you never think your mommy and dad are going to pass away. You think you're just going to grow old with them.
You don't think about it at all.
You don't think about it at all. So that was like a big shock to me, you know. So, yeah. So to me, like that was.
And I'm quite sure my mother, I used to hear all these, you know, talking to Jesus, you know, all the time, praying for the family. But that's what it is. Grandmother's mother, they pray for her. I said, he listened.
Well, I'm going to tell you something right now, Yella, because I know some people are intrigued watching. And I know some people are feeling very, very uncomfortable watching because whenever you mention the Bible, and I'm just going to be honest, or you mention the name Jesus, it makes a lot of people nervous.
Oh, yeah.
It truly does. Okay. It doesn't me.
Yeah.
I don't run from that.
Yeah.
But it makes a lot of people nervous.
Yeah.
There was a guy, quick story. His name is David Rocha, and I hope you're watching. He was from up north, and he is a former rapper / what you would call it norteños. Out here you have sureños.
Yeah.
And a lot of people knew him out there for being a sureño, being a part of that whole thing that was going out there. And he ended up going to jail. He ended up doing bedtime. One of his albums was actually taken off the shelf because the feds didn't want it out.
Oh, okay.
It was something about Uniting Norteños, something like that album. So he was heavily involved in that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, when I started the podcast, some guy kept reaching out to me on the comments on YouTube. You should get Sir Dino. That was his name, Sir Dino. And in my mind, I was thinking to myself, I don't know who the hell Sir Dino is. So he said, well, how can he reach you? And I said, well, here's my email. I'll put it in a comment. Have him reach me. Well, the guy said, hey, here's his number. He said for you to call him. So I said, okay. So before I called him, I called my buddy. And I said, hey, man, in the music industry up north, who's a Chicano rapper, is big? Who's the first guy that comes to your to your mind? And he knows a lot of Chicano rap. So I called him and he said, there's a guy named Sir Dino. And I said, okay, I'm going to call this guy because he just sent me his number.
Yeah.
So I call him and we're talking. I'm expecting to hear, what's up, S.A.? What's up, homie? Nah, I was like tripping that he was talking to me very kind.
Wow.
And then he tells me, I don't know if you know this, he goes, but I did this many years in the prison and God called me to serve him in prison. And now I'm a pastor. I've been pastoring now for 9 years. And I was like,
Wow.
okay, then I think you need to come. So he drove all the way from Stockton.
Really?
Yeah, and he came down here, and it was a very, very controversial interview because people from out here were telling me, you're bringing a norteño?
Wow.
And I was like, he's an ex-norteño,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's saved.
Yeah. So I'm going to say this again because I said it in front of him. And I said, look, what little I know about God, I will say this. And I'm going to say it again now. I don't fear man.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't fear the mafia. I don't fear any gang member. I don't fear the KKK. But I'll tell you who I do fear. A man of God.
Yeah. I mean,
I do fear.
because think about this. I don't care what they do to a person, mafia, gang, whatever.
Right.
All they can do is kill his body.
That's all they can do.
They can't take his soul. The devil can't even take your soul. The devil can't even take it. God's in control of the soul.
Right.
So, but it's up to us if we want to be saved or we want to go to that side. Because he says you're either going to be hot or you're going to be cold. Can't be in the middle. He spits them out in the middle because they don't know whether they want to be this or that. He'd rather for you to go with the devil. At least you know what you want to be. But, yeah.
Well, you know what? You're making once again, a lot of people are like, I don't know what side now, but it's all good. You know what? I guess somebody's got to say it, right?
Yeah.
So if you didn't expect this, well, it's not too late to unsubscribe and log out. But I know we at least got over 1,000 people watching. Easy.
Really?
Easy.
Wow.
Easy. So that's why I'm saying, whatever you got to say, go ahead and say it.
I mean, it's just once he came and I just changed my life but I'm happy. I never had peace and joy. Never. Because you can't buy it, you can't steal it, you can't borrow it for a week.
Yeah.
Nothing. It only comes from God. Only comes from God. And I'm probably going to make some people mad. People don't understand the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. They think it's three, but it's not. It's one. His name is Jesus. I mean, he manifested himself to come down in the body so he can save his people, the Jews. That was the chosen people. They are the chosen people. But when you become faith and saved with him, you're right in the family. You grafted right into the tree because they were something else. And they still something else because they don't believe in Jesus. I'm not trying to go deep here, but they don't, they believe him, not the Messiah, but they believe him as a prophet.
Well, they believe he existed.
Yeah. But he is God because he tells you so plainly in the Bible as he's talking to Philip. I think it's in Matthew. He's talking to Philip. He said, Philip, you don't know who you've been around, who I am yet. And he goes on. He said something about the Father's going to send his spirit back. Then a couple of verses later, he said, I'm going to send the spirit back. What did that tell you? It's telling you he's all the same. I mean,
right.
You can go real deep.
It's funny that you bring up the Jewish people, and this is why I say this. I'm in my maybe about 27 or 28 years old. I want to say it was maybe 96 or 97. Jerry Heller, I get to know Jerry Heller a little bit better. When I first met him was at the Anaheim Celebrity Theater.
Okay. Yeah.
So I know Julio G was there and a couple other people were there. We were all at a restaurant. It was a Christmas dinner.
Probably Monty's.
In Pasadena.
In Pasadena.
I think it was called the Palms.
Oh, okay.
But I've been to Monty's.
Monty, yeah.
Yes. He served me those vodka drinks with the lemon peel and stuff. So we're there, and he gives me some martini, and it tasted horrible. I drink beer, but this tasted horrible. So I'm sitting there, and as weird as it may sound, I asked him, "Hey, Jerry, you're Jewish, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "You know what? I'm reading this book." I didn't tell him the Bible. I'm reading this book right now that talks a lot about your history. Have you ever been to Israel? And he looks at me and goes, "No, this isn't the place." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I thought, let me just go ahead and bring it up again. So he was drinking with his girl. And I said, no, but I was reading this one book, and it talked about Moses, like about Moses, and you know what? After like 30 minutes of talking to him, I really found out that he really knew nothing about his whole culture.
Oh, wow.
He didn't know any of it. He goes, well, what book are you reading? I said, well, I'm reading the book of Exodus, and it's talking about the tabernacle. Are you familiar with the tabernacle? And he was like, no, what is that? So then I was like, really? And the more and more I started talking to him about it, he didn't know.
Wow.
And now, my doctor who gives me my physicals every year, he's a Jewish guy. His last name is Greenberg. I just started asking him about his culture.
Yeah.
I just started asking him, and he was another one that told me, I don't really know a lot about my culture. Matter of fact, I don't even go to Israel. You know what? I'm not even really that Jewish.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these guys try to deny it. One of my musicians changed his last name because he didn't want to be associated with being Jewish, and he didn't know anything.
Wow.
So I wonder why that is. Like, is it maybe they just weren't taught about their culture, or
probably? I can imagine not taught, but the Bible says clearly they rejected Jesus. They're the one that hung him. The Romans put him on the cross, but they, it was the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all these, the really religious teachers and everything.
Do we still have those religious people today?
I could imagine. I'm quite sure because I hope I don't get banned nowhere, but they live in the Old Testament. They don't live in the New Testament.
Right.
Because Jesus, even though Jesus was born in the Old Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John is the Old. But they say it's the New. But that was still the time of the Old Testament. He had to fulfill all the prophecies and all that stuff. It all came through when he died on the cross. But he came to save his people from their sins. But they rejected him. Then he sent, Paul.
Yes.
Famous writer of the New Testament. He was the apostle for the Gentiles, which we are, because we're not Jews.
Right.
But once we have faith in Jesus and believe in him, we are grafted in just like the Jews. Just like the Jews. We all the same. But, it depends on who you talk to.
Right. Oh, well, you know what? Like, again, it's very, very interesting, and I'm glad you're bringing this up. So, once again, when we open up the phone calls, if anybody wants to call in and say anything, you guys can go ahead and ask
They ain't gonna curse you.
No. Hey, man, I thought you were going to talk about NWA, bro. The boys in the hood, not the boys in the church.
And the people about this, they don't know that group was blessed. Think about how blessed how many other, I don't care, rock and roll, heavy metal, how many other groups made it the first time? The number one group in their heyday, 30 years later, number one again. Not very many groups did.
No, and I'm going to tell you what blows me away now, because once again, the first time I walked into Audio Achievements, I saw you there with Dre. You guys were sitting behind the board, and once again, I'm just sitting there amazed.
You came with Steve, right?
Yes. Every time I came with Steve.
Yeah.
I would have never have met none of you guys if it wasn't for Steve. And I always like to give Steve, his flowers.
Yeah.
So when I went there and I saw you and Dre, of course, before Eazy, before Q, but before Ren, I was a fan of the world-class Wreckin crew.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at you guys like, oh my God. This is Melly Mel and Curtis Blow to me, So I'm just sitting there like, oh my God. So I was just amazed. And then like now, fast forward, you're sitting across from me, sharing your face, man.
I mean, because think about this. I was in the Wreckin crew first. I DJ'd first, me and unknown DJ. And then Dre came along. We did the Wreckin crew. But just say we traveling on the train. Me and Dre train was different from Clientele's train. Clientele's train went so far, and he was gone. Then we got Shakespeare that replaced him.
Yeah.
He went for another album, and he was gone. But me and Dre train was already set. It already set where we was going.
Right.
Me, I took a choice. Do music, go to porn. I went to porn for 15 years.
For 15 years.
15 years, 350 movies, at least.
Wow. Okay. We're going to work our way up to that. But you had said something last time, because I do want to ask you something about that. you had said something last time that when Dre left NWA,
Yeah.
that he said, pretty much told you, let's go.
Yeah.
And that you never called him or gave him an answer.
I gave him an answer in 2019.
Okay.
I told him the same. I didn't have an answer. Now I know what it was. God just wanted me to stand still. Don't pick a side. I didn't pick a side. Just stand still. So I just end up being with Eric in his last 3 years.
Yeah.
And it was just, me and Dre still talk about, we just talked about this. Am I right? Recently,
Well,
it just, I told him, I should have went with you, but reality, God didn't want me to.
okay.
He did not want me to, for whatever reason. He wanted me to stay, ride with this, and then that's it. I gave up music after that. That was all. That people say, how you give it up? That's it. I didn't contemplate. I didn't think about it, stress. It's over. It's done. Right when we put the dirt, and I have never seen them put dirt on a casket, and then the bulldozer come and pound it down. And then people just, all the thousands of people that was at the funeral just left, and just me, a few people. And I said, you know something? I'm done with music. And I haven't done music since.
Well, now, so you end up NWA, and then you end up going to this porn industry for about 15 years. So here we have gangster rap, which you guys called it reality rap.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say the media's the one that called it gangster rap?
Oh, yeah. Some reporter gave it that title.
Okay.
Gangster rap.
Okay. So NWA, and then we have porn, and then now. The reason why I bring this up is because people will look at you and say, how are you talking about God now and everything about being saved when you used to do that? I know that answer, okay? But if you can.
I'll give you the answer.
Yes, please, share it with us.
Just like a pimp, prostitute, crook, murderer, rapist, God can forgive you of anything. Anything except blasphemy of the Holy Ghost. You would never be forgiven in this life, in the life to come. So, yeah, I was into all that. I was, sleeping with a girl is fornication. That's sin. All sin is the same. Whether you're lying, whether you just killed somebody, rape, murder, whatever it is, it's all the same in God's eye. Sin is sin. But he can forgive us. You repent, move on. But it's just, that's how he do. Think about the church. The church is the hospital. It's for sick people. It ain't for people that know they're righteous. It's for people that know they're sinners.
Right.
That's what the church is. It's there to help, to give you the word and all this. So there's no good person in the world. There was only one good. It's only one good, and that's God.
Yeah.
And it's just, nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Because we all have sin in our blood. From when Adam bit the apple, not Eve, Adam bit it, brung death into it. We was not supposed to die. We was made to live forever in these bodies. But he bit it, got tricked. And, the devil tricked Eve. The devil didn't trick Adam. Adam just was a fool.
Yeah.
So it's in our blood. So it's like this. We can't come to God because we are, like, I hate to say it, like a female sanitary napkin. We are dirt because we have sin in our blood. But by Jesus Christ, he can cleanse us, and so we can come to him. Because in the Old Testament, the people went to the priest.
Right.
They couldn't talk to God.
Right.
It had to be the high priest. And he can go in there once a year behind the holies, the room, holies of holies.
Right.
So it's now, once Jesus came and died on the cross, now we can all can go to God.
Do you ever get people that try or that have tried to throw your past to your face?
Some it's amazing. It hasn't. Because I'm telling it, just like you said,
right?
Porn. I'm telling you, like homeless, that like it shook your eyes. Like this is what I did.
Yeah.
I mean, women. That was back then. Women was my drug.
Yes.
I had the money, but I didn't care about the money. The women.
Yeah.
I wasn't sprung on women and then I just love women.
Yeah.
Because people don't know this, and I don't say this very often. When I was a kid, I was molested at a public pool by a older friend that lived on the street. People don't know this in the book, but I didn't, attack it. But yeah, I was molested, so that made me love women, just all of them.
Okay.
It just, but it didn't. I didn't dwell on it. I don't know when I get to heaven, I'm asked God, why did this happen? Why was I chosen to be saved? Because I was one of the worst sinners in the world.
Right.
But that's people don't understand. No matter how bad you are, just like people been in prison for 100. Like you said, the guy went there and his mission was to preach in jail. We all got. God can do whatever he wants with us.
Yeah. Okay. So now, do you ever get people to show up at your church and that are fans like, oh man, that's Yella from NWA.
Yeah.
What's up, big dog?
Yeah. Sometimes, and they be say, oh man, can you get contact with Drake? And the pastor would always say, this is church.
Right.
But people in church, I'm just regular. I'm just Brother Antoine at church.
Awesome. So I know you've been doing a lot of, I don't know if we call them pop-ups or now, but with Clientele and Lonzo.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever shared your faith with them or with Lonzo?
Lonzo, no.
Okay.
Lonzo came to a couple of testimonies I did in church. He came to two of them. And he said, he'll tell people in a minute, this guy, he's not playing with this. Because I don't play with this. This is me 24/7. You ain't gonna see me tomorrow in the club getting turned up. This is my life now. I'm telling you, when I was telling you about the peace and joy, I was sitting in my room and I could see down the hall, and I said, this is peace. It's just, it has nothing to do with money, it has nothing to do with nothing. It's just so peaceful. It's just scary. It's so peaceful.
Wow.
I mean, most people don't get to see it or get to know it because you can't buy it. You can't. God got to give it to you. He has to give it to you. And it is amazing. Amazing.
Okay. This is kind of a hard question, but it's a question that I had set up for you. If there's anything, how old were you when you were in NWA, if you can recall?
Well, the Wreckin crew was just before 21. I know that Wreckin crew, and then because I turned 21 during the Wreckin crew days, then Dre turned 21, so that had been there a few years. Because I took Dre to Carolina West back then. He just turned 21. I took him there, and he only went one time. So, so I had to been early 20s.
Okay, because I know the NWA came out. The Straight Outta Compton came out first, and then the Eazy-E came out same year.
Eazy-E's came out first.
Okay, so then NWA.
But then the single, The Boys in the Hood,
right,
and The Dope Mans, all that came out before his album.
Okay, I guess I'm referring to the Eazy-Duz-It album.
Yeah, that came out before Straight Outta Compton.
Okay, and then Straight Outta Compton, but it was same year.
Yeah.
Okay, 88.
88, yeah.
Okay, so around how old were you around that time?
Ooh, I had to be mid-20s maybe.
Okay, mid-20s. So here's my question to you. If you can go back and have an opportunity to talk to that mid-20 Yella, what would you tell him?
You a fool. Don't be a fool.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I was a bad person. I just did what I wanted to do,
Okay.
But I didn't. I drank, but I wasn't a drunk.
Okay.
I wasn't a weed head. I wasn't a dope head. None of that stuff. I was kind of like a square.
Okay.
But I had it going on. Okay. But I would tell them, don't buy so much junk because we was poor when I was young. I mean, I never had a new bicycle as a kid. Never had a new bike. That's why now I done had 3 bike drives at the church at Christmas time because it's nothing like a kid walk up to the table, pick what bike you want. And that on their face, you cannot buy that. You cannot buy that.
It reminds me of a story. I think I forgot what episode I shared, but I might have shared it about a year ago or so. I was going down Greedy Greg's, and I want to say I got off on Manchester. I know I got off on the wrong exit off the 110. So I make a left, and I'm driving to Greg's house. And I see a church. It was on Christmas time. And I see a church. And I see a long line, and the majority of all the kids look Latino kids, you know. And so I saw this one black kid out of all the Latinos in there at this. I think it was a Christian church. So I was at a red light, and I'm looking. This kid is getting closer and closer. So I flipped to you, and I just wanted to see what these kids were getting.
Yeah.
So I got out, and I walk up to the line of all these kids waiting, and they have a big old truck opened up, and they're just handing out gifts. Okay?
Oh, wow.
And I walked up to this kid, the black kid out of all the kids, and I just said, hey, let me ask you this. What is it that you want? And he said, I want a bike because I never had a bike before.
Oh, wow.
And I said, how old are you? And he goes, 10. And I was like, you know what? I had one bike. I had one brand new bike, and I disobeyed my parents, and I wasn't supposed to go to the arcade, and I went, and I left it outside. When I came out, it was stolen.
Gone.
I said, and it broke my heart. So I walked up to the front, okay, and they had no bikes.
Oh, wow.
I feel bad for this kid because I know that's what he's going to ask for. So then I'm walking, kind of see him walking up, and the guy goes, so what do you want? What do you want Santa to bring you? And he says, I want a bike. Everybody else was asking for, I want a controller, I want a doll, I want this. And right before he was about to say, you know, we don't have no bikes, the guy tells him, hold on a second, I think we just got some stuff that just got delivered to us. Opened up another truck. The first thing that was there was a bike.
Wow.
Took it out and gave it to him.
Wow.
And homeboy rode it home.
That's a sight you just can't, it just hits your heart. It's just like,
Oh, man. Dude, let me tell you something. I didn't need no gifts. To me, that was Christmas for me right there.
Yeah.
You know, to see somebody blessed like that. So
Oh,
to
yeah.
me, it was meant for me to stop.
oh, yeah. No,
So
you got to remember, nothing is an accident. It's set up. We just don't, it's like this. God is the most famous chess player. Chess is very difficult, but God plays chess. He can see the whole board. We play chess. We only can see our pieces. We can't see the moves, but he's looking down. He know the moves. He already know what's going to be this. He knew I was coming here tonight. I wasn't thinking about coming here, but look how the conversation went.
Yeah.
Totally different. We might have scared a few people, but we may not have scared nobody. Somebody need to hear this. Might be me, might be you.
Well, I'm glad that you're sharing it because I guarantee you nobody ever thought that it was going to go this route because I had a gang of questions. You know,
So that means I got to come back in another year.
yeah, it's all good, brother. It's all good. But now, okay, let me try and get to some of these questions.
Okay.
This is a world-class Wreckin crew question, and if you can remember.
Yeah.
So the world-class album is dropped 1985. Okay. They have a song called Planet,
Yeah.
World Class, and then you have Surgery.
The remix.
Yes,
Juice.
Juice, and then you have a song called Horny, and it's /computer. Gang Bang, You're Dead,
Yeah.
and then Lovers.
Yeah.
Okay, so a total of 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it was 8 songs on there.
Okay.
There's one called something Freak.
I remember that.
Yeah,
now.
it was something Freak because what it is, I made a beat, a track. Dre made a track. Gang Bang was going to be on my track. World Class Freak, that's the name of the song.
Okay.
So what happened, Gang Bang went on Dre's track and World Class Freak went on my track. So it got switched.
Okay. So once again, Planet, World Class, Surgery, Jews, Horny Computer, Gang Bang You're Dead, Lovers, and then
World Class Freak.
Okay, World Class Freak. If I had to twist your arm, which one was your favorite song off of that album?
It had to be Lovers.
Okay.
It was for the women.
It was
It wasn't for the guy. It was for the women.
right.
You know, I hear so many stories. Oh man, I played that song. I made my kid. I like.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, can you imagine how many kids are made from Prince?
Oh, I sure try to make a whole bunch. I used to sing it.
Yeah. Okay. So, wow. All right. Now, once again, now the Straight Outta Compton, the actual album comes out.
Okay.
It comes out August 8th, 1988. Okay. You have Straight Outta Compton. You got F the Police.
Yeah.
Gangsta. If It Ain't Rough. Parental Discretion is Advised.
Side A, yeah.
Okay. Then you have Express Yourself. Compton's in the House,
Yeah,
which I used to
remix.
love to see that live.
Yeah.
Okay. I Ain't the One. Dope Man Remix.
Yep.
And then Quiet on the Set.
Yeah.
Which one of those stands out to you as one of your favorites?
I can tell you before you finish, Compton in the House, always been my favorite.
See, I just said that too.
Always been my favorite. I like, because when we first made it on the single, it was just a shorter version.
Yeah.
You know who we was dissing? I forgot it. It was this rap group. I can't think of the name. That's what we was talking about, a rap group.
Okay.
They was from out here.
Now, I know on Easier Said Than Done, you guys did, was it Romeo and Cracker
Yeah,
Jack?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that was on that
We
song.
talking about the same person.
Oh, it's the same person.
We
Okay.
talking about the same, whoever that group. I can't remember the
Yeah,
group
I'm
name.
trying to, because they were on Delicious Vinyl, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Cracker Jack.
Bro, I remember when I first saw that video, and then you guys shot him, and then he kind of stood still.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
hilarious,
that was
bro.
ahead of his time.
That was hilarious. Okay, so, If It Ain't, you said
Yeah, Compton in the House.
Compton in the House. Once that beat kicks in, because I saw
Yeah.
you guys performing live at Celebrity.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Wow.
To the people over here.
To the people, yeah. To the people, the people. Dude, that was amazing, bro. Like,
Like a kick from a bit. Wow.
yes. Okay, so now the Eazy-E album comes out. This
Okay.
is
Eazy-Duz-It.
Yes, November 23rd, 1988.
That came out later?
Yes.
I thought for sure it came out before then.
Yeah.
Really?
This is August 8th, 1988.
Yeah.
So then we have August, September, October, November. So 3 months later,
Really?
November 23rd.
Oh, it went. If I'm not mistaken, did it go gold first? No, Straight Outta Compton had to go gold first. Well, JJ Fad was actually our first gold record.
Now, here's what tripped me out off of this, because Steve Yano calls me from Audio Achievements and he says, hey, I'm leaving. They just finished mixing the album. And I said, okay. So I'm thinking, okay. He goes, I'm going to bring you a cassette. A lot of people didn't know that story. I don't know if I
Really?
shared it last time. He brought me a cassette.
How you get a cassette out of
Yes.
us?
So I remember he brought it. Now, my house had like busted ass windows in my house, and there was a hole about this big. And he's knocking on my little broken window, and I opened the curtain. I go, what's up? Because I was sleeping in the living room. Never had my own room. So he sticks it in the hole and he goes, make sure this tape doesn't have babies. I said, oh, all right. So I grabbed the cassette, and I remember looking at it, and I'm like, oh my God, what I'm about to listen to. That's how I felt.
Really?
I put it on my boombox. I put my big headphones on. I laid down, and remember the prelude of Still Talking?
That was
The very beginning. I was like, what the hell? You know what it reminded me of? A scary movie, because I'm a big horror movie
Really?
fan. So when it dun, dun, dun.
yeah.
Bro, I got goosebumps, bro. I was like, oh my. And then when I approached
That was-
the microphone, because
that was, people don't understand, that was DOC writing. His style was different from Cube's. Cube was the Boys in the Hood, and Ren's was the Straight Outta Compton, the Police song, but the Doc was Parental Discretion Advised, and Easily, that's Doc.
Man, that was amazing to me, bro. That was amazing. Okay, now, before I give you my favorite one off of this album, so we got Still Talking, Nobody Move, Ruthless Villain, Two Hard Mothers, Boys in the Hood remix.
Two Hard Mothers, I played the drums.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And the Parental Discretion, I played the drums too.
Really?
And the formula on the song on the Doc's album, I played the drums too.
Those are
The
like
grand
drums?
finale.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, shoot.
forgot he played the drums.
Wow. Okay, because I remember when you go, man, I tear it up at Compton
Yeah.
High. I thought that was just a commercial that you did, but it was real. You
Yeah.
actually played it. Okay. So Boys in the Hood remix, Eazy-Duz-It, We Want Easy, Easier Said Than Done, Radio, No More Questions. I'm gonna break it down. Easy chapter 8, verse 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had 12. So let me repeat them. Still Talking, Nobody Move, Ruthless Villain, Too Hard
Still
Mothers.
Talking.
Still Talking.
That was my song.
That's the one.
It's something about that. That was it was just,
Oh man. Especially when they went into break. I was like, dude, this is beyond rap. Like this is like,
because think about it, we had the commercial. Nobody was doing that in between the song.
No, nobody
because
was.
we wanted the album just to play, just roll through.
yes.
Not
yes.
fade out, start it, fade out. We wanted to just keep it going.
Oh,
We was
man.
kind of like ahead of ourselves.
Oh no way, because nobody was doing that before.
Yeah.
Nobody
Oh,
was
yeah.
doing
Not
it.
even the East Coast. None.
Yes. So I don't care what anybody says. When Ice Cube did America's Most Wanted, the first album, he had a bunch of little little
skits and
skits in the middle. Where do you think that came from?
Yep.
Okay, so and then there was one. I'm not sure if it was off. I'm trying to remember the one Michelet singing. Remember?
Eazy-Duz-It.
Was it Eazy-Duz-It?
Yeah.
And
He was once a
no, it was the one. Remember? I guess she's singing. Everybody was like, "Oh man, this good," and it's just a straight like piano.
Oh, that's off the last album.
Oh, was that off the second?
But that
album?
wasn't Michelle A.
Oh, okay.
They had the harmonica, then they don't drink that wine. That's on the last album.
No, that's no.
Not that one?
The different one. God, I'm trying to remember. And then somebody says something like, "Man, I felt the Holy Ghost." I think that's more like
That was
Cube.
Cube. Cube
Yes.
was like on Still Talking. That's
Oh no, you
Cube.
know what? It was on the DOC. The DOC was in the house, baby. It was on the DOC album.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'll play for you after. But that was one of my favorite commercials because he was like, "Dre, take me to a commercial. I'm gonna take one of the long ass 8-ball pitches." So Still Talking was mine. Okay,
Yeah.
as well. Okay, so now we come to August 14th, 1990.
That's the 100 miles.
100 miles of running. We got 100 miles of running. Just don't bite it. Surprise.
Surprise. Which is the
Okay.
Police
Yes, and then
remake.
Real Niggas. Now I'm gonna say the word. A lot of the raza don't like talking like that, but that's the name of the song.
Yeah.
And then the commercial at the end. What song out of those?
I like the commercial track
Really?
because think about it. The commercial track is the beginning of the album.
Dun dun
That was it's just like intense. It's just
Yes,
because we
yes,
was playing because we put the name of the album, but we put it backwards so people couldn't understand it unless you played the song backwards. You can hear the title of the new album is Ziggin.
Yeah.
We was just
Wow.
we were just doing our thing. Wow.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't know that, okay, the second NWA album starts off the way the 100 Miles of Running EP ended.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Wow. For me, okay. Now, I was there when you guys played it for me,
Okay.
but you guys had to take it off, and I know what I'm talking about. Just Don't Bite It, Herbie Hancock sample.
Yeah. You know, he called us in the studio.
Tell us about that.
Me and Dre was in the studio. We get a call from Herbie Hancock. Herbie Hancock.
So you just picked up hello.
Yeah, Dre picked it up, talked to him. I'm just sitting there. What are they talking about? Then he got off. He said, I don't know if he said that son of a, but he said he didn't want us to use the song. I said, huh? He said, yeah, the wife didn't like the what it was about.
Wow.
Yeah, but it came out better without the sample,
Yes.
and it didn't cost us.
yes. Because I remember it was like, woo, 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 woo,
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is that? But
So you heard the original?
Yes, I heard it in the studio.
Yeah,
I just thought it sounded amazing. I was
Yeah, that was a heck of a sample. I ain't never heard nobody else use that sample
yeah.
till this day.
Okay, now, Quick sampled it, and he was going to use it on his record. Mm-hmm. And what happened was he couldn't get the clearance.
Yeah,
So-
he was
Yeah.
the old schoolers are very funny. Now they begging for him
Yes.
to sample the stuff.
Yes.
But that was that because think about this. We sample stuff. Now New York been sampling
Yes.
but we was the poster kids to get sued. Think about it. We was the first album to get the sticker. Parental discretion is advised. Nobody else had a sticker like that.
That's crazy.
We was the poster child.
And a lot of people don't realize no airplay.
Oh, none. Zero. No video. We made $100,000 for $100,000 back then. That's like $1 million video now.
Yeah.
Straight out of Compton. And it didn't get banned. Once MTV banned it, shut up. Once the police, the FBI sent it a letter, thank you.
Yeah. Wow. They didn't even realize what they were doing. Okay. So now the name of the album is, I'm going to go ahead and say it. That's the name of the album, Niggas for Life. I don't like using that word.
Me neither. I don't use it at all.
Okay, so I say that because later on people go, man, you said that word.
That's why we wrote it backwards.
Yeah, right. The first one obviously is Real Niggas Don't Die.
Yeah.
Okay. The second one is Niggas for Life. Yeah. Protest, Appetite for Destruction.
Well, Protest was just an insert. Yeah.
Okay. Then Don't Drink the Wine.
Yeah. That's another little commercial.
Always Into Something.
Yep.
To Kill a Hooker. Okay. One Less Bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just reading them, guys, okay? Find them, fuck them, flee. Okay.
We were like crazy.
Right. Automobile, that's a dope song, okay?
You know, I played the drums on that.
For reals?
Yeah.
Shoot. Oh, man. And then She Swallowed It is next.
The remix. Yeah.
Right. And then I Rather.
Yeah. That Boosie track is that's a cold track.
Okay, I'm gonna say something about that after. Okay, Approach to Danger, 1-900 to Compton.
Yeah, that's a commercial.
The Days Are Way Back.
Yeah.
If you have a favorite one
on that album, is
for me, there's a few for me.
Yeah, it's a couple.
Okay,
it's a couple. I like Find 'Em.
Okay,
I like that one. We use CPO at the beginning.
Yes. Yes.
That is just, but you listen to Ease flowing, that's DOC.
Yes.
All day long.
Yes.
Let me see. I like the last track. I like the last approach. I mean,
Days Are Way Back?
I like that track.
I love Days Are Way Back.
It's just, it's like if you smoke weed, this is what you ride.
Oh, dude. I remember I couldn't wait to bro, that's like Ohio Players.
Yeah.
Like Players Balling, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Man, I knew it. I went out and bought that record just to have it. This is NWA, bro.
Yeah.
With Impeach the President writing under it. You know? And you know what? And that's funny, bro, because I sampled it and I tried to sample it the same way you guys sampled it. I couldn't flip it.
We had to sample it in pieces.
Oh.
See that? Think about it. Their albums, all our albums was made on the SP1200.
Yes.
It's only 10 seconds. So what we do, like that one's a long sample. So we record it in 4 pieces and just play them together.
Just play them
Other than that, it gets off.
Yeah.
Because the track, it just, I never get back on beat if you're trying to put drums on top.
Right.
Yeah, we had to, see, you're learning our little tricks.
Yes, that was dope. But I would have to say that my favorite one out of all of that, it's just so many, is I'd Rather Fuck You.
That's that when me and Lou E do shows, that I had the people singing. That's some cold.
It is because I remember one time I told Steve, and it wasn't that I was predicting the future. I was just said, I would love to hear Eazy do like a slow song or something.
Really?
Yes. And when I heard that, I was like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Because I had to do the 808 by hand through the whole song. Because the track just didn't quantize it all the way. So you could play it, but then it just barely gets off. So I had to maybe once or twice, Dre had, you messed up one. Then I had to come back. But that's why it's only single 808s.
You guys didn't run it. They probably don't know. You guys didn't run it by Simpty.
We usually have Simpty, but that sample just didn't end right.
So you had to hit it on time.
We had the emulator.
Okay.
So you can sample a minute or whatever you want.
Yeah.
So we can sample way longer. But that sample just didn't fit right. So I had to do it all by hand.
Okay. So let me throw this out there, and I wanna mess with some of you guys. Here you had the Straight Outta Compton, Eazy-E, JJ Fad, DOC, Above the Law. Am I missing anybody?
Michelle A.
Michelle A. Okay. On the 1200, safe to say, these were created on the 1200.
Now the DOC was 1200.
Yeah.
Above the Law, that I wasn't in the studio then.
Okay.
And I'm thinking it's the 1200.
Okay.
I don't think it was the MPC yet.
No, the MPC 60 was not out yet. Definitely not out yet.
So all 1200.
Unless it was that big SP12 keyboard. Remember that one that used
No,
to
that's
be on
the
the couch?
emulator. That's what it's called.
okay.
Emulator. But that's not a drum machine. That's just samples.
Right, samples. Because I remember when we did I'm Not Your Puppet on there, we had a 4-bar loop, and I was going to write it all the way.
Yeah.
And Donovan said, no, I'm just going to sample it and put it on time.
So you put it on our, you use our
Yes, I
sampler.
did. Yes, I did. I have to confess.
I'm finding out more.
Yes, I did. Yes. There was a 4-bar loop because I said, look, I got it. It's only 10 seconds. I can't do the whole 4-bar loop unless I play it on 45 and then slow it down. But now you got that crunchy feel.
Then you get the grindy noise out of that way.
Right.
But yeah, that's the bad thing about the 1200. Just only had 10 seconds.
So, but now my whole point on sharing that is this: you got NWA, you got the Eazy-E, you got the DOC, the Michelle A, the JJ Fad, okay, and possibly Above the Law, okay, all on a 10-second drum machine.
Yes.
Okay. Classics till this day. Today you got time to sample. You can sample years, okay? And music was better then with less.
Yeah. I mean, because we had to, I'm not talking about the new people, but we had to earn it back then because we had to create it.
Yes.
Think about it. It wasn't no place you can just go get these sounds and all that. You didn't have the machines. First of all, to get it, you had to create it.
You had to create it. And a lot of people don't know, to buy that SP12 was like $2,500.
Back then, that was a lot of money.
Yeah. How much was it?
Drum. See, we never had a Lin drum.
Okay.
We only had, in the Wreckin crew, it was the 12, SP12.
It's SP12,
that was only 5 seconds.
Oh, damn.
But we didn't use samples in the Wreckin crew.
Right,
we just sampled drum sound, a snare, kick, hi-hat, whatever it is. And the SP12 has sounds built in. It had a loud clap, a large snare, kick, but not the 808 kind.
Right.
But yeah, it has pre-sound, but you have 5 more seconds to get something else.
Wow.
I'm teaching you.
That's dope. That's dope.
Youngster.
Yes. You know, believe me, I don't pretend to know it all because how am I ever going to learn?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one thing that I'm learning. But I would say that one, the slow song, the days are way back. But if I really want to get pumped up, Real Niggas Don't Die. As soon as that piano kicks in, dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
I had cocaine here and I had Hutch here. And they were talking about that. And because I had asked, like, who did that well, all right, child, USC.
Yeah.
And cocaine, that was me. Yeah. Like, and I was like, man, that didn't sound like you, so I always wanted to find out.
Yeah.
I always looked for that, like if it was a sample. I didn't know it was him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, soon as that album started, it just.
Yes.
And think about this. We was better producers, so we got better sound than the first album.
Yes.
That album sound way better than the first one.
Yes, it did.
But the first album is just the album.
Yes.
You can't replace that.
Yeah.
Because it was different, unique. But the second album, so much heavier. It just.
Yes.
Woo.
Now, as far as, let me ask you this, and maybe I'm asking this for the public. Okay, the Straight Outta Compton album comes out. Was there songs that didn't make it on that album? And if there weren't no songs, if there were songs, who would have them today?
There's no song.
So there was no songs left over.
We had one or not even none. Maybe I say there was a couple of instrumentals from the second album.
Okay.
We didn't make demos.
Right.
We made the song right there in the studio that day.
Awesome.
I mean, but you think about the Straight Outta Compton album. If you really look at it, there's a lot of old songs on there. Compton in the House.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, it's a whole bunch. Dope, man.
Yeah.
That's a whole just remix.
Yeah, it's true.
And I remixed that one by cutting tape.
Like people don't know what splice.
Splice. Yeah. Me and Dre can cut a kick out, put it on the side, tape it, leave it there. And if it don't fit, we can just put it right back in.
See, that's crazy. That's crazy for me, bro. You know what that sounds like? When eye surgery first came out,
Yeah.
my homie got it done with a knife
Oh, wow.
to get so he can see.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a knife? But yeah, splicing is one thing. So that's a whole different other beast. Wow. Okay, now the Eazy-E album comes out. Was there any songs that didn't make the album? And if they do exist?
There's nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing. The only way there's songs is what Eric was doing after Dre was gone.
Okay.
You know, he was like Jimi Hendrix. You just in every studio recording songs. And
Okay.
I don't know if there's any finished songs, because when I got to his last album, Straight Off the Streets, I had all the songs, you know. It's the crazy part is, I'm not going to bust nobody's bubble.
That's fine. Yeah.
I had that album sitting in the Donovan studio. When he passed, that album sat in the studio for a year. I forgot all about that album.
Wow.
Until, I ain't going to say no names.
Right.
Mr. Manager. If you read the book, you know who Mr. Manager is.
Yes.
Invited me to his house and asked me about that album. And then when I left, my buddy Big Man, rest in peace, we driving. I said, did he just ask me about the album, Eric's album? He said, yeah. And we never discussed it again until Ruthless was in court, or it had a trustee and stuff. They came to me for the album. Somebody from the group, I'm not going to say no names,
Right.
told me, you know, later, said, why didn't you hold the album for $1 million? And I just couldn't do that. I worked with Eric. Eric paid me this amount per song. And that's what I charged him. I said, okay, the album's there. I didn't get paid yet, so just pay me what Eric was going to pay me and find out what you guys owe me.
Right.
I get 6 figures. I'm like,
Okay.
what color do I want? But I, you know, people say, oh, you was loyal. I couldn't do that. I couldn't hold the album ransom. Since we here, I'll give you another story. This is not public. This was right when we finished the last album, NWA last album. I take the masters home with me. They went home with me because we taking them to Brian next morning. So I got the masters. By that time I get to the Brian's office, which is priority, there's people in there already. You know, I ain't saying no names.
Right.
Here you go, Brian. They said something, I'm gone. So I get a call from Eric. Hey, blah, 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 blah. Got the album. You mean the album I just handed to Brian? He said, what? I just left Brian's office. I handed him the masters. I'll call you back. Click. Call me back up. He ain't never was on priority no more. And nobody know this story.
Wow.
I kept it out the book too. I just keep, you know, I'm saying no name, but
Right. Wow.
there was some stuff going on.
Wow.
You got it first.
Yes. Roadium Radio exclusive, y'all. But now, do you ever, because look, when I'm at the gym, that's kind of like where I call my gym like PE class. I love going to the gym 5 days a week. It's like my therapy. Okay?
Yeah.
I bump NWA still. I bump the DOC.
Yeah.
Do you ever catch yourself playing your old stuff?
Only when I DJ. When I DJ doing a show,
Right.
then I have a little set of so many songs, a police song, straight out of Compton. But when I do shows with Louis, he do his daddy songs.
Yeah.
You know, the more popular ones, For the Love of Money, and you know, they just because he looks just like his daddy. He raps like he talk like him, and he also miss words like his daddy. I'll be like, you are just like your daddy, missing the same words.
Right.
But I don't really listen to it because I don't listen to music.
Okay.
Like if I'm driving in my car, ain't no music on. I got it down. You know, I have it on satellite. I like channel 50 because they play most of the time. They try to play the old school R&B. Well, you know, then they go to this new stuff. I'm like, how do you go from Ohio players to this? I'm like, who is programming? It just burns me up because they don't know how to program these days. You stay in the era of UN. Don't go from the 70s to 2020.
Right.
But yeah, I really don't listen to music. But when I'm gym before my back went out, I was in the gym all the time too. But I listen to classical music too, piano and cello, instrumental.
I've said I hear a lot. I listen to a lot of piano. I mean, a lot of classical music.
Yeah.
The only station that I know is the KUSC.
But I got this girl that used to do my nails and stuff. She gave me a USB flash drive, a whole bunch. Beautiful music. Just this piano and cello. And it's very, you can relax and it ain't nobody talking, nothing.
Right.
But I like my old school music. Only like old school.
Okay.
Like old school and R&B. That's my, the 70s, 80s. I really like the old school.
Okay. Is there anybody out? Okay, I know you say you don't listen to music, so it kind of rules out this question, but I'm just going to ask it regardless in case when you're out performing, you hear it. Is there anybody out that's hot right now that you could say, I like, this new cat, this new girl?
No.
Okay.
Because when I DJ around the world, it's all old school. That's all they want to hear.
Yeah.
90s, 80s. That's it.
I had KK here from Second to None. Hilarious. He was sitting right here and the caller called. He goes, oh, I want to ask you this question, but I don't know if you're going to answer it. He goes, no, I'm going to answer it. Ask me. Like he was really aggressive. And he goes, is there anybody out there right now that you think can really blow up? And he goes like, nobody. No. And he said like 3 times, nobody.
Wow.
Like it was hilarious. So to me, I cannot get into, and I cannot get into the trap.
Yeah.
And what do they call it? The drum line?
I have. It's so,
yeah.
To me, think about this. Back then, when you hear just a snippet of a song, you know what camp it's from, what coast, where it come from. Now everybody sounds the same.
It sounds the same.
I mean, like,
see, today you can't call nobody a biter because they're all biting.
Yeah.
You can't.
Every once in a while, one a step to the side a little bit that, but most of them sound
Why
the
do you
same.
think musically people are afraid to be different? It's almost like, well, this is what's popping right now.
It's too much social media.
Yes.
Now anybody can. Back then, you had to have some kind of talent.
Thank you.
To get on the record.
Yes.
The non-talent go in the trash.
Go in the trash
all the time.
All the demos.
That's just the way it was. But nowadays, anybody can make a song. Anybody can be famous overnight from TikTok, YouTube. It's just So it's like they making way more money, of course, but are they earning it? I don't know.
I don't know. And it's funny because when I say stuff like that, a lot of kids tell me, "Oh, you're just hating." And I'm like, bro, I can't even be honest anymore. Because if I give my opinion, I'm a hater.
Yeah.
So anyways, here's what we're going to do. Is there anything else you wanted to? Oh, you know what? Where, if any, before we start taking calls, are you going to be at where people possibly go see you, get a signing? Are you doing any type of pop-up soon?
Yeah, I have one on the first with Lonzo and Clientele.
Okay.
Is at across from the LA Live.
Okay.
Chase Bank is doing some Black History stuff, and it's like a private book signing and stuff. It's free. You just go online and sign up. That's February 1st. And then I'll be hitting the road going to Oregon. So
okay. So if they want to reach you, they can,
just go to my Instagram. I put up the flyers. DJ Yella of NWA, Facebook or Instagram.
Okay, there you guys go. So let's go ahead and put up the numbers. Is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, can I ask him a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Si, senor.
Okay, what do you think about people that say they've sold their soul for a record deal? Do you think they really have sold their soul?
Do you want to hear the story of us?
Okay, let's open it. Let's
Many
go.
people sold their souls. They may not understand it, but many people have sold it.
Really?
But this goes back to it's the ending of Wrecking Crew. NWA is just right there. We all at the table at Lonzo's house. But Lonzo's not in there. It was me, Dre, Eric, Unknown. I found out it was Unknown because he know the story. And it was somebody else. I can't remember. And the question just came up. Will you sell your soul? I remember my answer. I said, I don't know about all that. Because I didn't know.
Do you remember who asked that question?
No.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell you who answered.
Okay.
But somebody said, yes. I remember that clear as day. I'm not going to say who. But somebody said, yes. I remember saying, I don't know about all that. I know that.
Okay, now I have to ask, just to make it clear, who would they be selling their soul to?
That's the devil.
Okay.
I mean, that's the only one, you know. All it is rejecting God and just and going the way of the world.
Okay, so somebody at the table did say yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now.
That's even in the book, but I didn't say who.
Okay. I won't say who, but I talked to Lonzo, and he told me like this. This person said, I would sell my soul to the devil for $1 million. And then he goes on to say later on to me, and I know the damn devil's got a receipt somewhere. So, okay, now, since we brought that up, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up, okay? Mm-hmm. I hadn't even put the damn number up, and the phone's already ringing off the hook, okay? And then I'll say this, because I want you to hear it as well, okay? Mm-hmm. Down the street at Harbor College, the Harbor Community College, there's a field across the street from the college. That's where all the kids, people play soccer there, or people practice football there, okay? There, I don't want to give too much description because I don't want people to go there, even though I've said it several times here. Mm-hmm. I've heard that several people big in the industry have gone there and supposedly have met the devil in the form of a dog.
Really?
Yes. And have sold their soul there. Okay. Now,
I mean,
whether that's true or not,
yeah,
Yella,
I mean,
I'm just telling you.
You can't sell your soul. I don't know if you're going to be doing it to a dog.
Maybe that was just his dog.
The devil, you know, when God, if you think about this in the Bible, when Eve was talking to the devil was standing up. The devil was a snake, was a serpent.
Right. Well, we got a bunch of snakes watching.
He was standing up though. After God cursed him, after Adam bit it, he laid down, crawling on his belly.
Yes.
Dragging, he was standing up talking. So evidently she was talking to him.
And I'm glad you said that, because when I first read that, and they said that he was cursed, and from now on, you will crawl on your belly. So when I thought about that, I thought to myself, like, then what did he do before?
He was in charge of the worship.
Yeah.
Remember, it's 3 archangels. Michael, who's the other one? Gabriel, Lucifer.
Right.
Once Lucifer tried to think about putting his throne above God, or however it was, he didn't do it, but it was just the thought.
Yeah.
Kicked him right down.
Right.
And 1/3 of the angels went. 2 gone. They kicked out.
Can you use that like in a sense of going into a partnership that one guy sees everything you're doing and all of a sudden decides to think, maybe I could take Yella's spot too?
Yep, that's what it is. That's what it's just however it was, my whatever
right
could be above God.
Yeah. And it's funny because whenever I read that, I was intrigued by that, because I was like, okay, now he's crawling. So what did the snake do before?
Yeah, he walked.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
He walked, and she had conversation with him.
Now,
and Adam was there too.
Now, before we take these calls, because this guy keeps blowing me up.
Okay.
I had shared with you that before I took that book, the Bible, to this guy back, I had read the Old Testament and then the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Okay. Yeah. One thing that really tripped me out was at the meal that they call it the Last Supper.
The Last Supper.
Okay. Jesus happens to say, one of you here will betray me.
Yep.
Okay. Now, in one of the Gospels that I've read, one of them, they all kept saying, is it me? Is it me?
Yeah.
Is it me? Now, growing up, yes, as a kid, being a Catholic boy, you watch Jesus movies.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the movie, they always paint, Judas with eyeliner looking like the bad guy. You can always tell who it is.
Yeah.
That's him. But obviously, for the disciples to start questioning themselves and saying, is it me? Is it me? That means they followed them for about 3.5 years.
Yeah.
That guy knew how to hide it very well.
Well, Judas cast out demons just like all of them.
Yes.
He did exactly what they was.
Yes.
He might have been more greedier about money.
Yes.
But it was already prophesied thousands of years ago
Yeah.
who it was. They just never revealed the name.
Yeah.
And think about when he said, one of you guys here is going to betray me.
Yeah.
Is it me? Is it me? And he said, is it me?
Right.
You have said it.
Right.
The one that dips
Yeah.
the sock. Who ate it first? Judas.
Yeah.
And then at that moment, the devil entered his heart. And what did he say? Go do what you got to do.
Yeah. And he did it. And he did it. He regretted it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. He was the worst sinner.
Now, here's another one before you go ahead and put the number up. Here's another one. Jesus knew that he was a thief and still let him hold the purse.
Wait a minute, say that again.
Jesus knew that he was a thief
That Judas.
and still let him hold the purse.
Yeah, because remember, he knows our hearts, our intentions. Our intentions is before our actions.
Right. So I guess he could never say, I was never given the opportunity.
He definitely, he definitely had the opportunity to repent,
Right.
but it was already prophesied.
Yeah.
That is one person for sure that was born to go to hell.
Okay. Okay. Well, and last question. From what you know, what happens when you sell your soul?
I mean, success happens. Whatever you selling yourself for,
Right.
it happens. But there's a price.
And how long do you get to enjoy that success?
Whenever that clock goes ding.
Let me name some people in the 27 club. Robert Johnson supposedly sold his soul at the crossroads in Mississippi. Then you had he died at 27. Jimi Hendrix died at 27. Now I'm not saying that they sold their soul.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you their age. Jim Morrison from the Doors died at 27. Then you had the guy from Nirvana, Kurt Cobain.
Oh, really?
He died at 27.
Oh, okay.
Andy Gibb.
Really?
He died at 27.
Oh, wow.
Janis Joplin died at 27.
Really?
And now I'm hearing, if I'm correct, Amy Winehouse died at 27.
Oh, wow.
So,
I mean,
it could be a coincidence, but is there a coincidence?
It happens.
There it is. All right, let's take these calls right here. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Turn this up. Here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Turn me up because I can hear him. Caller. Okay, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to redo the Bluetooth, okay? Okay, caller, you're going to have to call back, big dog. Come on, let's go. Okay, connected. Let's go. Answer. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, it's Jay from Fontana again.
Jay from Fontana. What's good, my brother? You got a question for Yella?
Yes, I do. First of all, it's an honor to even be on the telephone, talk to DJ Yella.
Oh, wow.
And you guys keep speaking the word, man. Who cares who gets mad? the Bible is the realest.
Yep. That is, that's the truth. Whether a person believe it or not, whether a person believe in Jesus or not, he's coming back. And when he come back, he's not coming, and he's not going to be nice. See, if we had control of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, before I ask my question, but yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Who cares who gets mad? And if they get mad, that's their problem.
Yeah.
And the word is the truth, and that's it.
Yep.
But I have a question for you, man, and I'm so glad that I'm the first caller that I kept call. I'm the one that was calling.
Oh, okay.
The number. I was like, if I don't call in right now, I don't know how I'm gonna get in after all the other callers. But my question is, if this was ever possible, if Eazy-E could come back and you guys go to tour, what would be your song that you have to be on stage with him to perform? From all the songs that you guys did,
it got to be the national anthem, which is "Boys in the Hood." It have to be, because when I do it with his son, that's the song.
Yeah,
that is just there's something about it. As soon as it come on, that's the song.
For me, it would probably be "We Want Easy."
And,
yeah, that one too. That would be second.
Oh yeah, that would be. I mean, I know I was born in 1985, so I was born when you know what I mean, when you guys were
you was
putting in the
rocking
work
in
and
your
everything.
diapers.
But, I mean, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, I grew up. I'm from the West Coast too, and everything. So I mean, then that'll be a good one.
Wow.
But
all good, my brother. Thank you, brother.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a Cowboys fan too, man. I won't hurt.
I know.
I'm a Rams fan, and I love it.
It's all good. It's all good. Thank you, my brother.
Hey, Tony. Thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely. Have a great night, bro. Okay, let's keep it pushing, you guys. Let's see who's going to make the calls. Who wants to talk to Yella? Who's going to ask him a question? We usually get a lot of people from out of state to call in. Okay, call out your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Tony, this is Rob D. I'm calling from Fresno, California.
What's up, Rob D? What's up, my brother?
Hey, man, I spoke to you before when Wix was on, not this last time, but the time before.
Yes.
And now Yella, I met Yella. He's going to remember. I hope he does. I met him on the set of Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, wow.
Me and my boy.
Oh, okay.
I won the Beats by Dre headphones that night.
Oh, I signed them too, didn't I?
Yes, in Phoenix. I seen you last year in Phoenix. You, Clientele, Alonzo, you guys all signed them.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Now, I want to say this right now. I got you guys on the phone. There's two legends up here that are very underrated and unsung when it comes to the West Coast. People need to know more about you guys, and I have a couple questions for you, Yella. That when I met you those two times, I never got to ask you, and I'm like, man, why didn't I ask him? But now I got the time. Okay, the first question is on the song "Find 'Em, Fuck 'Em, and Flee." On E-Feel for Sagging. Okay, you know that little, I don't know what the sound is, but it's some kind of like, it goes, oh, in the background.
Yeah. What was that? Oh,
every time it would scratch on the song, and
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
6, 5, 4, now 3 is up. Okay. Now, it's a long time ago, but whose idea was it, if you can remember, to put that in the song?
Oh, that was Dre's.
Yeah,
that was definitely.
You know what? Because when I first started smoking bud and I would hear that, I noticed that it's never the same every time. It's a little bit different.
So it wasn't a sample. So we did it by hand.
Yeah.
That was dope. That was dope. I always wanted to say that.
We did most stuff like that by hand most of the time.
That's what I think the music game is missing these days.
I mean, yeah, because they're not the music game, hip hop is here to stay. 50th year. It's just amazing that it's 50 a year. But we had to work back then.
Yes.
We had to create. I mean, but we just did our thing. Everything was made that day. We did one song a day.
Right.
It wasn't no demos.
Okay.
It wasn't no comeback. Let me hit. No, we just did it.
All right, go ahead, caller. Ask your last question, brother.
My next question was, if you ever were asked to or paid to do some production again, would you? Or are you just done with it totally, like altogether?
Well, I just got, Dre just wanted me to do some stuff again. And I said no. I'm just done. I mean, I got nothing against it. I'm just done with it. That's all. I think it just died when Eric died. And I just was through
I feel you. Oh, yeah. Do you remember 1994 in Fresno?
Fresno. With Eric?
In December? Yeah, the concert, Spice One was there.
Yeah. Wow.
I was there too. And it was classic. It was so dope. It was my first concert, and I went to 4 concerts in my life, and he was the first one, and I never, ever forgot it. And it was just so dope. And the whole scene and all the bud smoke floating around. People were passing blunts in the crowd, and Spice One was on stage jumping up and down. You could see the pistol in his hoodie going up and down. And I remember you coming out, make some noise, or Eazy ain't coming out here. Y'all better make some motherfucking noise. I remember that, but it's good stuff. I don't want to hold you guys up anymore, man. Tony, thank you for what you're doing, bro. You guys keep it going, and nothing but love and blessings.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Gracias. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Okay, here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, this is Izzy calling from Canada.
Canada in the building. What's good, my bro?
Just chilling out watching Roadium Radio with DJ Yella, man. I just want to say, yo, Yella, you're a legend, man. And my favorite song produced by you is For the Love of Money with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh, really?
Man.
Wow. That's crazy, because that's when I do that, when I perform that and I use that song, that was one of E's favorite songs. It was just like a comeback song, you know, because the new group, Bone Thugs and all this. And it was his style.
That's dope.
It's crazy. But I did that track for a group I produced called Yomo and Marky.
Yeah.
Back in the days. It's the same track.
Really?
We just took their vocals off and put the Bone Thugs.
Holy shoot. Hey.
No way. Is there a way we can actually like ever listen to that track, right?
I have that track. I have that track.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to find, but it's out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called For the Love of Money, too.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
All good, my brother. Thank you, man.
Also hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you for the call, and you guys have a blessed night, man.
Thank you. You too.
Bless.
Thank you, my bro. Okay. I just want to be mindful because people say, Tony, why you always push the callers? I'm mindful of everybody that's trying to call in.
Yeah.
So, caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Tony? Hey, what's up, DJ Yella?
What's up?
What's up, NORBET? This is LA Food. This is Rude Boy.
What's good, my bro?
South Central LA.
Okay, South Central.
Chilling, bro. I'm fucking loving your show right now, bro. Love it.
This is like one of the realest podcasts.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Hell yeah. Hey, but tell me why IE fools are so scary, bro. When they get parking tickets, they start snitching, bro. That's how scary they are, bro.
All good, my bro.
Hey, but check this out. But, hey, just want to say what's up to you, Della. Want to say what's up to everybody in the chat room, Kilo D, GLA, Familia Peluche, and it's all love, bro.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate you, homie.
Hey, but I do have a question. I do have a question for DJ Yella.
Yes.
Did you ever get to meet Toker from Brownside?
Yeah.
Because I know he worked with Eazy-E.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew Toker. Definitely.
Hey, that was RIP. He's from East, legend in our neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah. Toker was cool. Toker.
I
I'll give you a little story. Toker stopped some mess back in the days between the two beefs, Ruthless and Death Row.
Really?
You see, it wasn't no more beef. That's the man. I'm telling you up front, that's the man.
There it is there.
That's right.
All good.
Y'all have a good night.
Yes,
you
sir.
too.
Blessings.
Blessings. Okay, let's keep it pushing, you guys. Okay, here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is John. I'm calling from SAC. How you guys doing tonight?
What's up, John? What's good, bro? We good? You got a question for Yella?
Yeah, I do, man. I remember when that album came out, the one where they're piled up in front of the graffiti wall.
Oh, yeah, the original. Yeah.
I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. I had that one, and I had a 2 Live Crew. Hey, we want some pussy.
Yeah.
And man, when those came out, they changed the game. But I wanted to know. I mean, I can't remember to pay the rent over the years, but I never forgot one lyric of all the albums.
Mm-hmm.
But the one song, once you hear the motherfucking saga continues and that beat drops.
Yeah. The commercial.
Who made that beat, sir?
Dre. That was a commercial from the 100 Miles of Running EP. Yes. And we just used the same track. But when that hit.
It does.
And the way we mixed it.
Yeah,
and the sound, that was something else.
Yeah, it's priceless. I got 2 boys that every time we work out, we hear ba-dum bum bum bum, ba-dum bum bum bum.
Because we thought of the song when you start the album, it like kicks the door in, like a double door with bars on it. We just kick it in,
yes,
and that's started the whole album.
Yeah, well, that thing is hard, and I just wanted to tell you, I'm a big fan, and I still play it. I appreciate all your music, but more than that, I think we all do one thing, man. We trust God first.
Yes, that's the only way. Definitely.
Thank you, my bro.
All right, well, you guys have a good night and stay blessed. And
you too.
God bless everybody in the chat line and everywhere, and get your money, everybody.
All right, Carnal. Thank you. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Who's next? Here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Oh, snap. What's going on, Tony A? DJ Yella, how you guys doing?
What's up?
You sound surprised.
Yeah, dude. I wasn't sure I was going to get in.
What's good, bro? You got a question for Yella?
DJ Yella, I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Are you familiar, or do you know if you could say the story with the Eazy-E and the Death Row with the Toker and like what happened at the Cheesecake Factory?
At the Cheesecake Factory, something with Eazy. You said Eazy-E and Toker?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I never even heard that story.
Yeah. What did you hear? If you don't mind me asking, bro.
It was I guess some guys painting Death Row, whatever, came and tried beating up Eazy-E, saying, "Oh, whoop whoop" or whatever, saying, "This is Death Row" or whatever.
I tell you one thing, then nothing happened with Toker around. I bet you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess these guys. Huh?
No, we listening.
Yeah, I guess some guys saying, this is all about Death Row, whatever, and then I guess Toker and them ended up pulling up, and I guess they folded like chairs and saying, "Nope, that's not going down." And I guess those 2 guys ran or whatnot. It's on the YouTube. If you search it up.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I'll check it out, bro.
Yeah, I'll just curious to know, like, what was your input? Like, what had happened, like, on you guys' side,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
All good, my bro. Thank you, man. Did you have another question or you're good?
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
All right, brother. Let's keep it pushing. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Patrick calling from Phoenix.
What's up, Patrick? How you doing tonight, man? You got a question for Yella?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, first of all, I just wanted to say what's up, Tony. Big fan.
All good,
and
my bro.
Yella, of course, big fan. And then and Eazy has always been my favorite rapper, till this day. So but I do have 2 questions. One is what was, I guess, the process for writing Eazy's, raps? Because, it's always been, said that people would write for Eazy, whether it was Cube or Ren or later on Dre stuff, whoever it was. But Eazy always had that personality of his, like, in his rhymes, whether it was like funny, gangster, and like even like the evil dark shit that it would get thrown in there. So it didn't matter who wrote for him. It was always kind of in there. So how much input did Eazy have in the lyrics, or did he have any input at all, or did he even eventually start writing some of his own stuff? Because you can't tell the difference between who was writing for him. I mean, he gets to the beats a little bit different depending on the beat, but the personality was always there. So I always wondered, like, how much input did he have, or did he write any of it? Or
he didn't write. I mean, first it was Cube, then Ren, then the DOC. That was, you can tell his writing from Cube's and Ren's. It's totally different style. I mean, it's a smoother style. See, the Boys in the Hood and the Straight Outta Compton, that was one way. But then when he started getting to Find 'Em, that song, it's so many, it's just that swag. Yeah. The DOC had the swag. Yeah. You could really tell it, but they wrote the lyrics for him. He didn't have I wouldn't say he didn't have no say-so. They wrote the lyrics for him and told him how to say it. This is how you say it. They lay a rough track down. And the thing about DOC lyrics, he caught on fast on the DOC lyrics. I don't know why. Like Boys in the Hood took 80 years to make. But the DOC songs, he can do like whole sentences and stuff. So it wasn't Boys in the Hood and all them tracks. We had to punch them every few words, every line. But the DOC's kind of flowed a little different. And I guess he started liking them lyrics more.
Awesome.
All right. And then, cool, man. Thank you for that. And the second question is the production process. Like, who would like chop up the samples? Who would be on the drum machine? Who would be like arranging? Or what session players do you remember coming through and, playing keys or whatever? Just, that process for like those NWA records and the Eazy records and DOC, like,
well, the early songs, we had one guitar player called Stan, the guitar man. He played the guitar. I forgot the name of the guy that played the bass when he come in. But, in the studio it was just me and Dre all the time. No Cube, no Eric, none of them. It was always us. And then when it's time to do the lyrics, that's when they come in and write their song. They write their songs usually somebody sitting on the floor, somebody sitting on the chair. They wrote it right then. That's how the songs was made. And I mean, Dre be down there making the beat, doing this. Then I go over there and program the machines, put it in order, how we going to do the raps and stuff. So it was just like a team thing. It was just like a team. Yeah. Either Dre record this vocal, then I record the next. We go back and forth recording vocals. But when it come to E, oh my God, that was nightmare by itself. That was a real nightmare because he just wasn't a rapper. But he had the look, and he had the sound. That was the beginning of Ruthless. It was him. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, my bro.
Oh yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah, thank you for answering the questions, man. And Yella, thank you for always representing Eazy and having his back and staying down the whole time and. Like I said, he's my favorite rapper, so I appreciate, everything. And you always keep his name out there. So, thank you for that.
Oh, thank you for even being, buying the records, listening to them. I thank all fans, everybody, everywhere.
All good, my bro. Thank you. Have a blessed night.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you, guys.
Okay, let's keep it pushing and see who's next. Okay, we got a couple of more phone calls. Let's go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Tony A, how you doing? This is Ray Rice.
What's up, Ray Rice? How you doing tonight, man? You got a question for Yella?
Yes, I do. How you doing, Yella?
Pretty good. What's going on?
It's an honor and a pleasure talking to you live tonight.
I mean, it's an honor. I mean, to be able to talk to any man. That's why any fans, just like on my Instagram and Facebook, I answer everything on there.
I want to tell you, NWA is my favorite group of all time.
And
my favorite album is Straight Outta Compton. But I think the second album was better.
Yeah, it was. Production wise, lyric wise. But the first one was just, it's hard to duplicate the first album. You just can't. I don't know if it was because Cube wasn't on the second album, but it was just the first album was just unique itself.
And when is your documentary coming out? I seen the trailer on YouTube.
I would say later this year. A few more parts to do.
Okay. I'll be looking. I'm definitely looking forward to watching it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. When where was the easier said than done video shot at?
Some of it was at what's the park? When you go to A.DA and it's that park with the water, with the boats and stuff.
You're not talking about Echo Park, right?
I think Echo Park. Part of that, I think it was Echo. What's the other one over there?
MacArthur Park?
One of them.
Okay.
It's one of them too.
I think it was MacArthur because I would have seen the lake.
Oh, okay. So it was MacArthur. Yeah, that's where it was.
Oh wow.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, my favorite Eazy-E album is Eazy-Duz-It.
Yeah. The favorite song. Yeah, Eazy-Duz-It.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and my favorite song is Still Talking.
Yeah,
of course.
That was the DOC writing right there. Different style.
That's right. And yeah, and one more thing, Yella. Rest in peace, Eazy-E.
Rest in peace, Eazy-E.
That was my last question.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah.
That was my buddy. I stayed with him to the end.
Right,
so
that's right. That's right. You was a true friend.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ray Rice. Greatly appreciate you, homie.
No problem, Tony A.
Okay, brother. You stay blessed.
You do the same.
Okay. Wait. Let's go. Let's keep it pushing. Okay, here we go. Call her your name and where you calling from?
My name is AJ.
Yes. You got a question?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Tony A and DJ Yella.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say, Tony A, I like when you say, call your name and where you calling from.
What is that?
And I think I'll be the youngest one in here. And I have a question for DJ Yella.
What's the question?
My dad did security for you for Fox Theater.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Remember you called me?
Oh
And you did a shout out for me?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big ass with the bus detail me.
Yeah.
Hey Tony A.
Yes.
If you need a detail or call us, my dad will do it for you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Tell
And DJ Yella.
Uh-huh.
When one day when you have a concert, I want to go and see you do DJ.
Okay, no problem.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank your dad.
I passed my bedtime.
Yo, Tony A, DJ Yella, keep doing your thing, baby. This is Big Al with Suds and Buzz Detailing. We out here, baby. Supporting you all day. Keep doing the thing.
Yes, sir, my brother.
Yo,
Thank
DJ
you.
Yella, appreciate you, my man.
Thank you.
Thank you, DJ Yella. Again, you made my boys' night, though. Thank
Wow.
you, man.
Thank
Appreciate you guys.
Awesome,
Yes,
my brother.
sir. All right. We'll let the rest of the people call in.
All right,
One
my
love,
brother.
y'all.
You stay blessed, homie. Have a blessed night. Okay, let's go. That was funny. Okay, let's go. Call her your name and where you calling from. Oh, fool hung up. Okay. Call her your name and where you calling from.
Yo, Compton Phoenix.
What's up, my brother? You calling from Phoenix. You got a question for Yella?
Yeah. I just two quick questions real quick, man. So I've been a fan of Eazy-E for a long time. So basically, how or why did he die of AIDS?
How and why?
I know it's kind of like, yeah, like, you know, I mean, it's because, like, on the movie and whatnot, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but my thing is, like, didn't, like, none of his kids have AIDS or, like, his baby moms or any of the females that he was messing with? Like,
I mean, I don't
like
know.
the way that
I know where you're trying to go, but I don't. I have no idea. All I know is my friend passed, and I mean, it doesn't matter how it happened, how he caught it. Nothing I can, he's gone. So, so all I got is the good memories with him. That's all.
Right. And my last question is like, being that you're still cool with his son and everything. How is it, that he lost his dad, and that you're getting to basically see a double of him performing? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's a pretty dope experience for you.
Yeah, I mean, I told him, Lil Eric, and I talked to Lil Derek yesterday for the first time in a few years. I tell Lil Eric all the time, I say, you just like your daddy. You got your mannerism, you act like him. You just do everything like him. And it's just amazing that, I perform with your daddy and now I'm performing with the son. That's priceless. You can't buy that. You can't dream that. It's just amazing.
Absolutely. All right, caller. Thank you.
I got one more question. One more. Do you talk to any of the other kids, or just to
I only know Lil Eric, Lil Derek, and then Erica, because I call her Fathead. She's gonna be mad I said that. But that's really the only three I know. I don't know the other ones.
Are they all similar to Eazy-E, or?
I mean, they all got the look, the eyes and the nose, but that's why I say I really don't know them, the other ones, at all.
Yeah. All right, man. Cool. Appreciate the call.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
All right, bro. Thank you. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Let's see. We're gonna take maybe 5 more minutes. We're good. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Caller, your name and where you calling from?
This is Fred calling straight out of Soledad. Not out of CB4, but out of Soledad town.
Okay, dope. So you're not calling from prison?
No, man, not at all. Hey, man, you know what, man? This is truly a blessing and an honor, man. There's 2 legends in the room. Thank you for taking my call, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
DJ Yella. Hey, you're very welcome, man. I have a more. My thing's more of a comment. When Dre came out with 50 Cent, he came out with the DVD, right? That that kind of started a craze with the DVD thing. But the second NWA album, actually had the only home video.
Yeah, I actually added that one.
Is that right?
Yeah, I had all the tapes. Eric said, "Here, put this together and just mark the time codes." I'm like, "What?" So I'm starting looking and I'm seeing all this footage. I'm like, "Wow!"
Right?
People don't know that I did that. People don't know I edited that video, and I put together the first NWA Greatest Hits. Nobody know that because they didn't put my name on it.
Wow.
Brian paid me, but he didn't give me no credit.
You know what? I still have the VHS to that.
Yeah.
Now the other thing, really quick, guys. I know we're in for time. I was very fortunate to meet Eazy-E in '94, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Right. And you know what? Looking back in retrospect, I mean, how real he is, and I don't misunderstand what I'm about to say, but when I look back in retrospect, I mean, he was dressed like he was on the Eazy-Duz-It album cover. I was like, what the? But he was, you know what? His vibe, his overall, everything was just genuine. You know what I mean?
Because
he was the kind of artist that.
Yeah, he was out of the whole group. He was the real gangster from the streets. That was him. The drug dealer and all that. So he dressed the part. That's what he wore. Levi's t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Before I leave, guys, I just got to tell you one thing. My kids, I raised 2 of my nephews from, they're in their 30s now, but they were, they were way too small for NWA at the time. But I did teach them all that, regardless of what it is. My kids, myself, we visited Eazy-E's grave before the new marker.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Mm-hmm. But with that being said, my brother, I'm just gonna end it like this. You know, by teaching my kids that and they're into it because we went to go see Straight Outta Compton, all that other good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The effing saga continues.
Oh yeah.
With that being said, guys, good night. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. That'll work. In my automobile. I remember you guys were playing that song during the pool party. NWA little video that you edited.
Yeah.
Caller, your name and where you calling from?
What's up, DJ Yella? What's up, Tony Ace, the Snowman from the Harbor area?
The Snowman from the Harbor area.
What's up?
What's good, my brother?
Man, I've been listening to a lot of DJ Yella interviews over time, and you know, I know he's gonna tiptoe around the question, but that response to No Vaseline song that you have in the vault, how controversial would it have been if it would have got released? And if you don't want to answer it,
no.
Tell us anything
that
about
song. See, the only thing about that song, it had no lyrics. It just had the hooks on it, and it was a this guy that played in the movies, reggae guy. He was in the movies, big movies too, with the Steven Seagal movies.
Okay,
it was them guys.
Okay,
but one of them came in and did the hooks, and that's all that happened. No more. It was no lyrics. I made the track, put the hooks on it, and that was it.
Who was supposed to, if anybody was supposed to rap on it?
No, it was E's track.
Oh, okay.
It was his track, but he just never got to put the vocals on it.
Okay, and who was writing it for him? Or did you guys ever get that far?
We never did. I just made the track, did the hooks with the reggae guy, and that was it. And we never came back to it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we never came back to it.
All right.
And it's not no unheard songs. There's not none.
And was that supposed to be the response to No Vaseline?
No, not really. It was a diss track, but it wasn't to No Vaseline. No, it just was a diss track. It would have been.
I would have called it with Vaseline. All good. All good, Snowman. Anything else?
No, that's it, man. You guys are aging well. Just want to add that, you know. Yeah. If you have any tips on aging well, let us know. Have a good night.
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
I'm going to be real with you, bro. God, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's it, bro. You know what? I was taught that at a young age.
Yeah.
So, and I'm still carrying it. So, yeah, that's it, bro. Thank you, Snowman. Appreciate you, homie.
Have a good night. R.I.P.
All right. Yeah. Yes, sir. I know people don't like to hear that, bro, but I'll give it to you from the gut. So, here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, good evening to you both. Just wanted to ask 2 questions.
Yeah.
This is Frank calling from Oregon.
What's good?
My first question was for DJ Yella.
Now, I got a question. You live in Oregon? Are you anywhere near Bend, Oregon?
No, I am in Salmon Creek, Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So my question to you was, it'll probably be hard to think about, but what's one of the best memories you had with Eazy-E, and the last alive? What was he doing?
The best memory was, and I also put this in my book. He called me up one morning. He said, "Take a ride with me." All right. He going to the car lot. So I guess he's getting a new car. And then he said, he looked at me, said, "What color do you want?"
Oh, shoot.
I said, "Huh?" And this was in, the early days of MW, just after the albums dropped. And he said, "It's the Sidekicks." And he was buying the white one.
Yeah.
And he said, which one you want?
Nice.
I said, "That green one right there."
Now, didn't Cube have a sidekick?
And then Cube ended up getting one.
That's right.
A couple of days later. That's the one we took the picture of.
That's the one he used to come to my house when
he really?
left NWA.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
yeah, he bought me a car cash right there.
Those sidekicks, it was almost like a spin-off of a Samurai Suzuki.
Yeah. Well, it's the same maker.
Okay.
But it's bigger and sturdier and better.
Dope.
And then the last time we was together, it was January of 2005. And we was on the plane coming back from Vegas. and he was showing me all this. You know, he had it wrote on the back of an album cover. I remember all this debt. You know, about Ruthless. He said, "I'm paying for all this, and he showed me. And I just looked at him. He said, "That's $1 million." I'm like, "Okay,
right?
Why are you telling me?" But I never knew that was the last conversation we was gonna have.
Right.
Besides talking to him when he first went in the hospital, and I was at his house filming a movie. You know, I'm filming, and he called me, and I'm like, you know, in my mind, I'm like, "Why are you bugging me?" But I didn't know he was in the hospital, and he said, "Watch yourself." I'm like, "Huh?" He said, "Yeah, watch yourself." Because he never told me he had AIDS. He didn't let nobody else tell me he had AIDS.
Wow.
I had to find out when he was dead.
Yeah.
So that was the last conversation we were on the phone. And I'm like trying to rush off the phone. I didn't know he was in the hospital.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my theory on that is I think somebody probably took him out because if Toker and Eazy-E would have continued working together, both of them would have been the richest record label like alive, dude. Like they were like doing it so big and they had the numbers. So yeah, that's just my theory on that. But my last question, you guys don't have to answer it, but I saw a post on Instagram and it said, who are the worst Chicano rappers out there? And I just wanted to see if you guys wanted to name one or a few you guys have.
Who is the worst?
I've never thought of nothing like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say me if I tried to rap. Okay, so there you go. That's one.
I appreciate you guys taking my call.
All right, my bro. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you taking my call, Tony.
Yes, sir.
It was an honor talking to you, DJ Yella.
Thank you.
You have a good night, man.
You too.
All right, we're going to take 2 more phone calls, okay? 2 more phone calls, and that's it. So here we go right here. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Tony? This is me, Eddie from Pasadena. How you guys been?
What's good? What's up, Eddie? How you doing tonight, man? You got a question?
Oh, I just wanted to ask I wanted to ask DJ Yella a question. I wanted to ask you, were you able to meet or heard about Brownside that Eazy-E signed to Ruthless Records at the time?
What about it? I mean,
were you able to like meet Brownside or heard about them?
I guess
like,
Toker, Danger.
Yeah. I met them. Yeah, I didn't work with them, but I met them and stuff. So
okay.
I mean, he loved everybody, and you know, we're brothers.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it always been like that.
Yeah.
It's just the jail system separated.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah.
But Toker was, you know, very much respect for Toker, Brownside, all of them.
Yes.
And to this day, you know, I don't like to separate crowds and say Mexican and Hispanic but they support, they love NWA and they love Eazy-E.
Yes.
Always, I mean, always have.
Yes.
And then I respect it.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that's why I said we're brothers. You
Absolutely.
know, we all brothers. I don't care what color it is.
Yes.
I'm not a racist. I'm not a nothing. I love everybody, every color, every creed, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I thank everybody.
There was somebody on the live chat. Hold on one second. Somebody on the live chat asked, did Toker ever write any lyrics for Eazy? Did he?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Go ahead, bro. You got a question? Last one?
Is that a possibility, though?
I don't know. Did Toker write?
I don't know. I never met him, so I cannot.
Oh, okay. Yes, I don't know if he ever wrote. I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead, bro.
Another topic. I was going to ask you, DJ Yella, were you also able to meet, what's her name? BG Knockout and Dresta from the 2 artists that were in Eazy-E's song, Real Motherfucking G. Were you able to meet them too as well?
Yeah, I had them. I did songs with them on the Eazy's last album and on my solo album. They both Dresta, BG Knockout and Dresta's brothers. And it was a girl named Lacey Loke. That's their sister. Very hard voice. Very hard voice. They did tracks on the song, on both albums with me.
Dope. Good question, bro. Thank you for calling in, bro.
No problem. It was cool. Oh, also DJ Yella. Also the guy that I met. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm the guy that had the Brownside hoodie where I got you, where I purchased a book from you.
Oh,
and got it,
I remember
got it
that.
signed by,
I don't know the face, but I remember the Brownside stuff. Yeah.
At this place called the Division, it was a motorcycle store. I can't remember exactly what was the name of it, but I was wondering if by any chance you remember.
The Harley place where they sell Harley Davidson, California Harley.
Picture. Yep.
Yep, I remember. Yeah, it was at night.
Yep, it was at night.
All good, bro. Thank you, man.
It was cool talking to you guys.
Thank
you guys
you.
have a blessed one.
You too.
Okay, one more caller. Who's gonna be the lucky caller?
We brought a lot of blessings out tonight.
Yes,
Everybody's
yes,
blessing us.
Yes. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
What's going on, Tony? This is Tino from San Antonio.
What's up, my brother? You're the last caller for the night.
How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm blessed, man, and I just like to share something with the viewers and with DJ Yella and you, Tony A, that it's about Jesus.
Oh wow!
And yeah, man. So I believe that Jesus is God.
Yes.
I believe that Jesus came down from heaven and manifested himself in the flesh as the Son of God, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
And that he went to his own, the Jews, and they rejected him. They put him on the cross where he paid for the sins of the world. It says, for God so loved the world,
he gave his only begotten Son. Yep.
That whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
Yep.
I believe that with my heart. They took him down from the cross and made him in a sepulcher. But on the third day, God raised him from the dead, and he was seen by many of his witnesses.
Yep.
I believe that with my whole heart, and that's just the seed planted, and I pray that whoever hears this, believes on that.
Oh,
Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
The only way, definitely. I mean, that is true. He
like
changed me.
That,
If God can change me, he can change anybody.
Absolutely.
Amen. Yes, he sure can. And I pray that whoever's listening, believes on that, because there is a heaven and there is a hell.
Yes.
And Jesus is the only way.
Yep.
All good, caller, man.
Amen.
Was that
DJ
it?
Yella, man. I just wanted to share that. Yeah, man. That's it. Thanks for
I thank you.
taking my call, man.
Yes, he is the only way. People don't really understand it, but he's the only way. You can't get under him, over him, around him. You can't buy your way. You only got to go through him.
Yeah, man. It says, for by grace are you saved through faith.
Yes.
And that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. So, I believe that.
All good.
So I just like to share that, man. It's a seed that's planted, and I pray that everybody, hears that, believes on that,
Yes. Thank you.
All good, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate
God
you,
bless
homie.
you guys, man. You guys have a good night, and thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely.
bless you.
All right. We good, Yella. We can take these off now. Oh, yeah. Appreciate you.
Ends like that?
Yeah, it ends like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I just figured we just ended on a good note.
Yeah.
Now, anything else, Yella, you haven't said, you want to say, you want to share, you want to promote, you want to whatever? First and foremost, before you do, I want to say that I believe that tonight it was a good thing, because I believe you shocked a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't think they expected this, the holy Yella to come out, you know what I'm saying? They expected the NWA Yella,
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you got to share, because, I think another podcast, most people that are not familiar with what you're sharing would probably try to, I guess, cut you off or try to steer you in a different
they won't
direction.
ask the questions either.
No, they wouldn't.
Not at all. Or few we have got in kind of deep. That's the smaller podcast stuff,
right?
But not the bigger ones.
Okay.
They ain't touching it.
Well, because if I could say it this way, Hollywood doesn't like Jesus.
No, not at all.
Okay, so so if you're I guess if I could say, if you're a believer and you're trying to make it in Hollywood,
Yeah.
chances are slim. And let me explain why I say that,
Yeah.
and then I'll hand it over to you. Had a guy that came over here. He was doing a documentary for the USC, the school, and he interviewed me here because he knew that I knew the group that he was doing the small documentary for.
Yeah.
So at that time, I had some books out, and it had to do with, one of the Bible, a lot of it with ancient history.
Yeah.
So he asked me, and I said, well, I started studying ancient history, and then I ended up reading this book, the oldest book in the world, I said. So, and then he said, I'm a Christian. That's what he told me. I said, oh, okay. So, and then he just tells me, I'm really trying to make it in Hollywood, man.
Yeah.
He says, you got any suggestions? And I said, I don't know, bro. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
He says, I'm going to tell you a story. He says, I went to go work for a film company. He goes, I won't mention it. I drive in, and he said that when he drove in, there was another car that drove maybe like 3 cars that way, and they stopped to look at him.
Yeah.
This is in the studio parking lot. He goes, so I felt a little nervous, so I just bowed my head and lifted up my hands. That's what he said, and he started praying.
Yeah.
When I looked up, the guy was looking at me, and he was nodding his head like this. He goes, he almost looked like he was disgusted with me. He goes, so this was my first big break because I'm going to work on his feature film.
Yeah.
I said, okay. He goes, so I get out. This guy comes up to me. I'm not knowing that that's the guy I'm going to be working for.
Oh.
So he comes up to me and he says, come here. And he says, if you ever want to make it in Hollywood, you leave your morals and you leave your faith at the door.
Yeah.
He said, because here in Hollywood, he said, there is no right and there is no wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he goes, I didn't know how to answer, so I just said, yes, sir. And I go, so did you stop praying? He goes, yeah. And I was like, well, then you're not going to make it in Hollywood, bro, unless you're going to sell out.
Yeah. But people have made it that is saved, but it's God's work.
Yeah.
Whatever God makes, no man can stop.
Right.
I don't care what it is. It's if God want a person to do that. Like me, he put me back in the DJ world. I never wanted to go back in there, but he put me back in there. It's a reason.
Right.
I don't know what the reason is, but it's a reason. So God, whatever God, he can use, if he used a donkey to talk to a person,
right,
he can use it whoever he want all the time.
All good. All good. So rather be you than the donkey. So.
Or as he say, if you don't worship me, the rocks will.
Right.
Ain't no rock taking my place.
Right. There it is. All good.
We went deep today.
Yes, but I liked it.
And the people responded.
They were very receptive.
Yeah.
And the live chat was lit.
I mean, I don't know what about how many people or anything was on it.
Well, on the live chat, we had over 400 people commenting back and forth.
Wow.
But that's not the total people that watched.
Okay.
We'll get the number right now.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, if there's anybody watching right now, Yella, that might be hurting, and I do want to say this because we just got out of the holidays, and it's around that season where a lot of people, they feel lonely, they feel lost, and they might even feel suicidal.
Yeah.
Any type of message you want to, I guess, give them? They might be feeling lost.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hope. I mean, that's what, hope.
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's Jesus Christ. It's Jesus. I mean, there's the hope for the world is Jesus. This world is going to be gone. This world is going to burn itself out. All this is going to happen because it's in the Bible. It's been pre-told already. But you got to have faith in Jesus. You have to have faith in Jesus. You can't put faith in money, man, or whatever. And the key to Jesus is God, but the key is he's got to be first. I put it like this. The top of your head in heaven, you can't put nothing up here. Bills, baby mama, kids, wife, job, career, nothing comes between you and him. Like my wife, I tell her, he's first, you're second. that's just the way it is. It ain't my law. It's his law. And that's the way you got to be. Because even the Bible says, if you put anything before me, you're none of mine. I don't want you. That's just the way it is. He got to be first. And I've been teaching myself for the past 10 years. First, before bills, before anything, he has to be first. So a person that's feeling down, suicide, whatever, just try Jesus. Try Jesus. I mean, is it going to just resolve in 1 hour to 1 day? Maybe not, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. It ain't our timing. It's his timing.
All good. All good. Any shout outs you want to give at this time?
I'm just to everybody, just if God can save me,
yes,
he can save anybody. Because I was one of the worst.
If they only knew, right?
Yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, people in prison, it doesn't matter. Lying is a sin. Getting drunk is a sin. This is all the same. Murders, rapists, whatever it is, it's all the same in God's eye. And we all can be forgiven. We all can. So don't think a lot of people, I got to get right before I can come to God. How is that possible? It's impossible to come to God unless he touches your heart to come to Jesus.
Isn't that kind of like saying, I'm going to stop drinking before I go to AA meetings?
Yes.
Okay.
And thing about AA, I went with a buddy a couple of times. And I sat there and watched how they do it. Hi, I'm this, and I'm an alcoholic. And I told him afterwards, you keep calling yourself an alcoholic. You know that. He said, and he was saved, but I said, you keep telling yourself you're an alcoholic, so you're going to stay an alcoholic. Remember, our mouths are powerful. Whatever you eat or put in your body doesn't defile the body. It's what comes out from the heart.
Yeah.
That's what defiles you. So it's not, pork or this or that. No, that don't defile.
Yeah.
It's what comes out your mouth.
So carnitas
the mouth
are
is,
good.
mouth is deadly.
Yes. All good. Yella, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate you being here.
I just want to say to people, thank you.
Thank you.
For having a real podcast. Even though there's many podcasts, but this is more real. It's not the old generic question, the old stupid question. How did NWA come? Okay, everybody know that. We got down tonight.
Thank you, man.
Which wasn't planned.
No,
like you said, you had other avenue we was going down.
Yes, but you know what? I'm glad it went this direction because I'm glad to have an intelligent conversation with you. Because the majority of the time when people come here, they just want to talk about music, and this is a hip hop podcast. Yeah. So this is a awesome break from that.
Oh wow!
So this is a really awesome break.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I truly enjoyed this one. This is the best podcast I've done because we got to be real. We talked about music. We talked about a lot of stuff. We got into Jesus.
Yes.
And people don't want to hear that.
No, they don't. Again. And I do want to say this, that, look, whether you're with someone or whether you're not, when you go to bed at night, you turn off the light, it's you.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay? It's you. And a lot of times when the rubber meets the road, you're going to have to make up your mind.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of people that run away from subjects like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I've had few friends that have called me and have told me words like, I believe God has called me, but I'm not ready, so I'm running.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, where can you go to outrun him if that's even possible?
You can go in the dark, you can go, it doesn't matter. He going to see every secret.
Yes.
And it's going to come out.
Yes.
Because when you stand in front of him, your mouth is going to tell on you.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Yes. Yes. So.
And it was crazy. Us saved folks is going to judge the world. All the old angels, all the old, that's what the Bible says.
Yeah. Do we have any live chat, you guys? Go for it. People that drop money and stuff.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We also have poll results. One was, do you want to be rich? 48% said, hell yeah, future billionaire. 25%, the white man wants nothing. 16%, more money, more problems. And 0%, I played the lotto.
How many people voted?
That was out of 124 votes.
Okay.
93 votes for how far have you traveled? I've gone outside the country, 36%. I'm stuck in my state, 24%. Fool, I've been to space, 20%. I've been all over the country, 18%. Another one, does the Book of Enoch exist? That's 130 votes. Of course, it's history, fool, 54%. I don't know, I never go to church, 26%. Nope, it's fake, 10%. It's real, I have a copy right here, 8%. All right. And super chats, Lazy408 dropped $5. Have you, DJ Yella, read about it or heard about the Book of Enoch? If so, can you elaborate on it? Thank you.
I don't know what that book is.
Okay. I read in the book of Genesis, the Enoch walked with God, and then there was no more because God had took him.
Yeah, he took him. Yeah.
So and then I think it's either James, I believe, from what I can recall, either James or Jude. One of them quote the Book of Enoch.
Oh, okay.
They quote from it. Okay. So from there, there's a book out right now saying that that's the Book of Enoch. Okay. Now, one thing I will say, and I've talked about it here, that when I first started reading the oldest book in the world, which was the 1611, I'm going to be honest with you, Yella, I didn't want to believe it, and I wanted to discredit it. I wanted to be able to say that it was fake.
Yeah.
But the more and more I dug, I kept digging myself a deeper hole and finding that everything was true.
Yeah.
And it was ticking me off, okay? So what I did, I started looking into the Dead Sea Scrolls, okay? And I started looking into that in Jerusalem and the Temple Institute. They have the entire scroll of the book of Isaiah that prophesies of the birth of the Messiah. Okay. Now, if you guys understand the Hebrew, you guys can go over there and read it yourselves. But I've actually attended lectures where they've showed fragments of the Old Testament written in Hebrew and certain portions written in Aramaic. Okay. The New Testament was written in Greek. I saw a few fragments, but the Old Testament that of the Dead Sea Scrolls that date back to the 1st century of during the time of Christ, I have seen those. Okay, the only one that they haven't found is the Book of Esther. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying they haven't found it.
Yeah.
But they've never found anything on the Book of Enoch.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not going to sit here and say, and I said it plenty of times, that the book you buy at Barnes & Noble's is probably not the Book of Enoch. Okay, but everybody says that's the Book of Enoch. I don't know, because there's nothing to trace it back to.
Yeah.
Every other book of the New Testament, I've seen fragments of that this is the book that existed.
Yeah.
And it dates back to a certain time. So the question was to you, do you know anything about the Book of Enoch?
I don't know nothing about the book. I know the Bible.
Yeah.
That is the word. That's all I know.
Right.
God. And the thing about it, the smartest person can read the Bible.
Right.
And don't understand it.
You know what? They're better off reading it in Chinese.
Yeah. Because the key is God will give you the revelation as you read it.
Yeah.
For your understanding.
Right.
They can read it they can read it backwards.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It won't mean, and I found that out. I truly found that out, that you can have more degrees than a thermometer and you won't understand it.
Yeah.
Because if it's not open to you, it's not open to you.
And this is what I tell people lately. Even told my pastor, the gospel is like 1 + 1 = 2. You can't get no simpler than that.
Right.
It's simple enough for a kid to understand.
Yeah.
But you got to accept Jesus like a kid. Like a kid, they just absorb everything. Yeah. They're not challenging it. They just absorb. That's how you got to be. That's how about Jesus. You got to be. If you don't get into the faith like a kid, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
You can't come in, I know this. I done read the Book of Enoch. I done read this. No.
You already know that guy don't know just by his answer. Go ahead, bro.
You can find the full version with the Ethiopians. Gilbert Ortiz dropped $5. Ask Yella about his solo album, One Mo and To Go, dedicated to Eazy.
What about what?
I guess just to ask you about that album.
it's so crazy because I wasn't doing the music no more. This was 1 year after his death.
Yes.
And these people, Scotty Brothers, came to me, wanted to do an album. I'm like, I don't rap. How am I going to do an album?
Yeah.
So I said, okay. To me, I did it. I made the album not trying to make dance hits and all this. Right. I just dedicated to my friend that I lost the year before. So I just did it from the heart. That's all it was. And that was the last thing. Never did nothing else.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Shazzy H Town dropped $2. Yella, ever consider producing for gospel rappers?
Are you into gospel rap at all, though?
I like our little choir, which is 3 people in the band.
Okay.
I like that at church, but I don't listen to gospel music. I just don't. I'm starting to learn songs.
Right.
He's able, I'm starting to learn.
Right.
But I can't just listen to God. It's not my thing. I don't listen. But I thought that long about doing an album. I told Dre in the text just not too long ago. I said, hey, I think I want to produce a gospel album. And that was it. I ain't never mentioned nothing else about it.
Okay. All right. Go for it.
All right. Gilbert Ortiz dropped $5. Was the reggae guy on the diss track Admiral D from the Always Into Something song?
No, Admiral D did Always Into Something. But this reggae guy was in the movies. If you see the Steven Seagal movies where they got reggaes, I think it's number 1 or number 2. Uh-huh. It was 2 guys, and one of them did the parts.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. That's all.
Okay. Me personally, a couple of years ago, when early 2000s, somebody approached me to produce, would you do any Christian rap? I know people are going to get mad at me, but to me, I tried listening to Christian rap. I'll be honest, I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I can't. It's nothing wrong with it, but I can't get into it.
Right. So, I mean, there's 2 gospel artists that I listen to that I really, really enjoy, and this was given to me by a friend. And I didn't even want to listen to gospel music, honestly. But I gave it a chance only because that day when he brought the CDs to me, I was reading the story of David playing the harp for King Saul.
Yeah.
Okay. And how the demon left.
Yeah.
So I was like, this might be a sign.
Music is powerful. Think about it.
Yes.
Lucifer was over the music.
Yes.
But think about it. A lot of sin is through entertainment.
Yes. Yes. So I listened to it, but he gave me 2 CDs. He gave me Fred Hammond.
Okay.
And Donnie McClurkin.
Oh, okay.
And they ended up becoming my favorites.
Oh, wow.
And then he ended up giving me 4 CDs. I think I'm pronouncing it right. The church is called Kojic.
Oh, I don't know.
COGIC. There you go. And the CDs are called Saints in Praise, and it's like gospel.
Oh, okay.
like church music or whatever.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, and that's where he got them from, and he brought them to me. So I listened to them, and they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I could listen to that. It's just that when I start hearing rap, I'm banging for the Lord, and I'm like, okay,
I'm like,
calm down, pal.
You're thin. That's I don't feel it.
How do you guys feel about those churches that dress up the church as a club?
I've never heard of that one.
DJs and big screen TVs.
Really?
No, I have been there, and I've actually told some of my buddies, if your church looks like a nightclub, do not invite me. I'm being real with you.
Yeah.
Do not invite me. But I've attended some of my friends' churches where I went, where they had spinning lights, they dim the lights.
Really?
They have fog machines, they have lasers. I'm not lying to you. You're going to a party.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember when my friend had invited me, I actually took my kids, and my kids were laughing. They thought it was a joke. Like, what is this, Dad? And I was just like, oh, I guess the guy's about to preach. And he came out there wearing some sandals, some tore-up jeans, and an open shirt with 2 hairs popping out, and he began to share the Care Bear scriptures.
Wow.
So like not to offend nobody, but...
Yeah, I mean, they have... It's like this. The word was back then. It's the same word. It ain't changed.
You don't need disco lights.
We have changed it. We have softened it.
Yeah.
It's really, if you sin and die, you're going to hell. That's what the real word is. Not, oh, it's so nice. God loves you.
You're okay.
Yeah, he loves us.
Yeah.
He don't love that sin.
Yeah, you're just not as bad as that other guy, though. You're cool. Go for it. Go for it.
All right. Sam Hain Girl. I hope I'm saying that right. Sam Hain Girl 187. Drop $20. Yella, I'm a huge fan. My bad. Sam Hain Girl 187 dropped $20. Yella, I'm a huge fan. I was in 5th grade and named our classroom Hamster after you.
Wow.
Love seeing you on Roadium. Come back soon. Great show, Tony.
You got it.
Wow.
She named his hamster after you.
Wow.
That's dope. All right. Lucky hamster. All right. Other than that, I want to give a shout out to everybody that on the live chat, everybody who liked, comment, subscribe, shared it, everybody who disliked, it doesn't matter. You guys still watched. Everybody, all the LA fools, all the IE fools, everybody who called in, especially all the callers. For those that weren't on the live, once again, I want to thank you guys. Also, I want to thank the members of my team. Norbert, tomorrow, we're going to have news with Norbies tomorrow. And then we're going to, I also want to thank Alex Cervantes Enterprise. If you guys need brakes, if you guys need transmission, if you guys need smog, hit him up on 81 on Instagram. He fixes all that. It's just not free. Okay. And then also the Hip Hop Jedi. And I want to give a shout out to my son, B-SKANLESS, for helping me promote this. So once again, tomorrow, news and Norbies, and then Friday, Freaky Tales. And then Sunday, I'll be back with a very special guest. So other than that, Holy Yella.
I'm just saying Holy Tony.
Yeah, yes. Thank you for coming through. Honestly, I hope this is not your last time. Maybe we can go a little deeper next time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's up to you. Like I said, this is one of the best and the most realest podcasts I ever been on.
Thank you. Next time we'll call it Roadium Scriptures. Okay. So we're good. Okay, everybody. Thank you. See you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Thank you, Yella. Much love, much respect. See you guys later.
Hello. Hello.
Take you away from it all. Let me take you away from it all. Let me take you away from it all.